Everyone knows you as a survivor of many brutal attacks.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask this fucker.
You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall.
Where? I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother...
You heard it up top. We're returning to Woodsboro and then leaving Woodsboro for a new place that I don't quite remember as we return for the 7th time to the Scream franchise with Scream 7 here on Normies Like Us. Your hosts, Colin Loomis.
Mikey Weathers.
This is Ghostface Jacob.
Oh,
His
no.
favorite scary movie.
Oh, no.
But you are the scary movie Ghostface who has his tongue out and goes, "What's up?"
That's right.
Speaking of scary movie, there was a trailer for the new scary movie in front of this movie. So
Exclusive trailer.
think about that. We're getting a new Scream and a new scary movie in the year 2026. What a time to be
What a
alive.
time indeed. Wow. Scream 7, though. It's been 3 years since Scream 6 and that whole fiasco where we had a storyline, and then we abandoned that storyline because they fired the lead actress, and then the other lead actress quit.
Yeah, there was some stuff that went on right in between the last movie.
The director
And-
quit.
Yeah,
so
totally.
we just get a
they
whole new
totally
movie now
revamped.
compared to what they were planning.
Right, they were going with it's going to be the Happy Death Day director, Christopher Landon.
Hmm.
And instead, with the whole retooling, they went back to Kevin Williamson, the writer of the original Scream movies. Never directed before, though. So now he's writing and directing. Of course, Wes Craven, R.I.P. to the man. But yeah, Kevin Williamson is back. And Sidney Prescott herself, Neve Campbell, is also back. Who
Yes.
famously on the last movie turned them down because they basically lowballed her, and she's like, "Look, I am Sidney Prescott. You can't be lowballing me like that."
Scream is me. Well,
Yeah.
Been in every
let's
other
see.
one.
Right, she's in every other one, even in 5, but not in 6 when they're in New York. But returns for this one, and they recenter the story around her and her family, and so we'll talk about that.
Yeah. And up top, what is your history with this franchise? Do you like Scream? I think we generally, at least I like Scream 6, but we're coming into this, I guess, Colin first. Where are you on Scream? 1996.
We've now done, this will be our 3rd Scream episode. We've done episodes on 5 and 6, I believe,
I want to say
right?
4 because we did 1 through 4 retrospective. I feel like we just did the
As
whole
its
Scream
own
series.
episode? Did we really? That's
I feel like
awesome.
'cause we
I'm
had
gonna
our
re-listen
2020.
to that.
As a guest
That's
star, we had our
awesome.
friend Alex Taylor, who's a
Yo,
huge
that's
Scream-
so
huge
cool.
horror
Yes,
fan.
and who, of course, check out Alex Taylor's music, an incredible film scorer for horror
Yes.
films as well. My history with these more recent films is I saw 5 by myself in a theater. It was the
You love it.
first and only time I've done 4DX. I've talked about how insane that is in those episodes. Of course, saw Jenna Ortega and unfortunately fell in love with a very young Latina actress in uncomfortable, obsessive ways. So had to break that real quick. And then Jacob, of course, we famously, and again, we tell this story in the episode. Go back to listen to our Scream 6 episode. But you and I saw Scream 6 together at our kind of
Oh, yeah.
slum bum theater that we
Mhm.
always loved to go to. And we
Right.
sat, it was a sold out crowd, probably like opening week, if I recall, pretty late showing. And we had some maybe 8-year-old
Some
girls
tweens.
probably
maybe.
there for like a birthday party behind us, shooting a TikTok at one point, talking so loud, like getting up, dancing, filming stuff on their phone. And when we turned around and I said, "Hey, shut the fuck up and knock it off," they were horrified.
Nice.
One of the worst theater experiences
Yes.
of my life, I would say,
Easily.
in terms of just
Easily.
including the time that we saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and you almost had to fight a guy outside of the same theater.
The rare
Yeah.
time where I didn't get threats of fight, like my threats actually worked, but it was because I was threatening very young girls, which
Children.
does suck.
Yeah, it was some kind of a birthday party or something. There's just a bunch
Yes.
of tween girls in front of us being very, loud and annoying. And we were talking about at that time, post COVID, people forgot how to be in public around other people and not be, rude. But I
You
guess we're
buy
just
a ticket. The relationship that we have is you're promising to watch what is on the screen. Some people, I have had pushback in my life where people are like, I can't believe you yell at people. And to that, I stand up and say, the deal we are making is that you are going in and watching this movie.
no, you're
That's
doing
a social
God's work.
contract.
You're doing the Lord's work. And I mean, I feel like they were watching the movie. They were just also very loudly
They kept
enjoying
Jacob.
They loved
They kept
Chad,
yelling out
remember?
how much they love Chad. They kept
Yeah.
saying how Chad they stand
Oh,
Chad. One
Chad.
kid was like, "We stand Chad." They yelled that
Yeah.
out.
And don't
They
worry,
Man.
were
Chad is
watching
back.
it. They were just maybe too engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
that was our experience. My experience watching this movie, very different in that it was the same theater that we saw that movie in.
mm,
I did go watch this last night. And I went about 10 p.m. at night and almost completely empty theater. Like there was maybe 4 other people in the theater aside from me. And I had a great experience in that nobody was being annoying in the audience. So
That's great.
whether or not the movie is good, that is a different story. But at least I was able to appreciate it without being annoyed.
and we're like
Do
second
you have
weekend,
any
right?
other?
Yeah,
Oh, that is true too. But
Yeah.
it has also made.
it is doing pretty well
Yeah.
financially, I think.
But,
But for some reason, no one's
Jacob-
in my screen.
Jacob, do you have any other relationship to these movies before we jump to Mike's history with this
Yes.
franchise?
Well, I love the Scream franchise in general. I always have loved almost all of the Screams, and we used to watch them a lot in college, hanging out with Colin, you, and our friend Joe, of course. Like I said, our friend Alex Taylor, who's a huge horror movie fan and a huge Scream fan in general.
Huge.
And Joe and Alex, both big horror guys. And so we would watch them a lot in college and stuff. And I really love most of the Scream movies. Which, how many horror franchises can you say have like more than 3 good movies in that franchise? Because I would say almost all the Scream movies are pretty good.
Pretty watchable. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I like them. I like they're all about different things. I like the meta-ness of it all, obviously. And each
You like
one is
Wes
about-
Craven.
I like Wes Craven. I liked Kevin Williamson as a writer, and the original Scream is a classic. I'm a huge fan of Scream 4, which I maybe brought up the last time we talked Scream.
Mhm.
One of my favorites is Scream 4. That's probably my second favorite in the franchise. So, yeah.
Nice. I think I like these movies a lot. I mean, I haven't rewatched them a ton, but like as an idea, the only one I rewatch really is Scream 1, which is a classic.
Yeah.
The first movie where the characters in it grew up watching horror movies, and it did the whole meta thing of here's how you survive a horror movie, all that stuff. The
Right.
opening with Drew Barrymore, like it's crazy, right?
Mhm.
So I like that a lot. I haven't rewatched them a ton, but I appreciate the Scream movies for what they are, and I really liked Scream 6 a lot. I remember that's like I was pretty high on it, and I was excited to see where that would go. Unfortunately, I don't get that, but I was pretty high on Scream 6, honestly.
Really?
I just want to clarify that my relationship to those last 2 movies, 5 and 6, I do not like those movies. I do not think they're good movies, and I maybe think there's more misses for the Scream franchise because I think 3's kind of a weak entry, and then the other 3 are good, 1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4 are for sure my favorites. I'm gonna give you. Should I give you my ranking right now, just off the
Oh
top
my
of my head?
god!
Wow, where do you
So I was
got
thinking about
going
this,
in?
and I didn't.
What a power move! Yeah, going into it. Please do actually. I like
my first
this.
thoughts, and
Yeah.
I did not rewatch any of these, including 5 and 6, before seeing this one. So
A
I'm
film
a little.
which, if
Yeah.
you recall, in that episode, you say about 6, there's scenes in this movie I don't recall because we were yelling at little girls.
Right,
So
right.
it is also, I have not rewatched that one also. It is hard to give a take that I don't like
It
that
is-
movie. So please
I-
go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot I don't remember about that one specifically, and 5 and 6 in general. But I did watch a little recap video of like on YouTube of like 1 through 6 recap because I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I got to remember like how everyone's related to each other and everything. 1 through 4 I've seen a lot, so I remember them pretty well. And I actually did like 5 more than 6. I mean, look, 5 has Jack Quaid
Yeah,
and
come on.
Oscar winner Mikey Madison. I mean,
Come
what does
on.
this movie have,
This film also has somebody from the Boys universe,
That's right.
Jacob. So
That's
I
right.
kind of don't want to hear
But-
it.
Okay, here's my ranking. Just going off vibes, going
Please.
off of no rewatches.
Going
just
off
a little bit.
vibes.
Vibes-based
Yeah.
ranking.
My
Hey,
vibes-based
what's your
ranking.
ranking of my movies based on vibes,
Vibes.
bitch?
And this will kind of tell you maybe what I thought of this movie, but here's my ranking. 1, obviously. 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 7.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Okay.
just to open up with that,
This might give you a hint about my feelings.
7.
I think this is the worst Scream
Bodied
movie
it.
that's been made yet. I would say, and it's worse than
Wow.
6, which I think was the previous worst one, maybe.
Okay,
Um,
okay. So we're
yeah.
we're definitely about to get into first reactions. Mike, even before what you're about to say, because I think
Yeah.
we should definitely jump over. I just want to
Okay.
ask one last question up top, because also listeners don't know this, but this is going to be an episode where we can kind of go late because it's a different record than usual. So I have a feeling this is going to be a chatty one. But Mike, do you have a relationship to Dawson's Creek, which is obviously the other huge Kevin Williamson like
R.I.P.
spherical project and very relevant right now? R.I.P. James
Yes.
Vanderbeek.
James
Right,
Vanderbeek, the Beak, R.I.P. to the man.
I have literally zero relationship whatsoever to the Creek and the Beak. Rest in peace, however. I never watched
Have you
it.
ever
I don't
seen
really
the
know
Bee in
anything about
Apartment
it.
23? That's the real question.
Shout out. The
No.
best.
None of
You gotta
that.
watch the show
Jacob,
called The
did
Bee in the
you
Apartment
did you like
23.
any of those? Yeah.
Dawson's Creek I never saw, only I know through like memes and stuff. Obviously there's the meme of him like crying and stuff online.
The
Mhm.
song.
Yeah.
The song, but I was not a Dawson's Creek head. I was more of a, I guess Gilmore Girls, was that the same era? I don't know, but
Yeah,
Buffy and
kind of.
Gilmore
It was a
Girls.
little bit before, but then I think probably in parallel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So not a Dawson's Creek head. but
I loved it. It was
Yeah.
so huge for a young kid that wanted to be a filmmaker because it was a self-referential. It was about Kevin Williamson's life and how he eventually becomes a screenwriter. But the big thing about Dawson's bedroom was he had every Spielberg film up to that point as a poster on his wall, but he kept the movie Always, which is Spielberg's worst film, in the closet. So you would only see it like when the door would open. And then it
Oh,
would
that's
shut real
great.
quick. Yeah.
I didn't
That's
know he was a cinephile in that movie, a cinema guy. Otherwise, I maybe would have
Honestly,
watched
yeah,
that show. I didn't know that was the
Huge
pitch.
movie references.
Yeah.
Huh.
Kevin Williamson, I mainly know obviously from this franchise, Scream, as a writer, and also I Know What You Did Last Summer, which he also
Okay.
wrote. So it was like he was kind of the teen Scream
Slasher
slasher guy. Yeah. So
Nice.
Teens
But
and
I think it's a big-
screams.
it's
That's what I want on my tombstone. He was known for
Teens and
teens and screams.
Oh no!
Hmm?
Oh no,
Um,
this
What was? What
president
did he
might
do?
get that.
But it's worth noting that this is his first time as director,
Yes.
maybe ever.
No, he
aside from
directed a film he wrote.
Teaching Miss Tingle.
I was going to say the talented Mrs. Ripley teaching Miss Tingle.
I'm seeing
That's
here he
right.
directed a movie called Teaching Miss Tingle in 1999. Mrs. Tingle.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Starring that
so
guy
Helen
from
Mirren.
Seventh Heaven. Do
Mm.
you remember that guy?
Helen Mirren.
The guy from Seventh
Helen
Heaven.
Mirren.
Helen Mirren,
The
Katie
guy-
Holmes, Barry
Katie
Watson.
Holmes.
Barry Watson.
Watson. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is his first time directing a Scream movie, which is crazy because he wrote 1, 2, 4. That's it. 1, 2, and 4. But
Godfather's franchise.
Yeah, he's one of the most famous screenwriters, some would say.
mm.
You know, I had to take a
and 1,
stab
2, and
at
4
it.
are my top 3 of the franchise as well. So he wrote
did say.
literally the best 3, but
And
also
the worst.
apparently the
Okay.
worst. Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
on
Jump
that.
over.
Let's
Yeah.
jump over. Talk Scream. Bust out that AI generator and that vocoder because we are talking Scream 7, the latest
Wow.
Scream entry here on Normies Like Us. Now, hold on, Jacob. You just buried this franchise by giving your take up talk, and I want to
Sorry.
continue on first
Sorry,
reactions.
Colin.
I want to keep getting yours, but Mike,
Yeah.
you were about to say something.
Yeah, I just had this thing I wanted to say because I am a fan of Scream 5, not just because of Jack Quaid, but that one's like toxic fandom, you know,
Yeah.
kind of commentary. And then Scream 6, I like what they were doing with Sam, where she's like, I've had to kill multiple times in self-defense. Her father, obviously, is, you know, Skeet,
Billy Loomis.
Billy Loomis. So she's having this thing where it's like, I'm killing in self-defense, but it kind of feels good. Who am I becoming? Oh my God. And I really like that idea. And then it's like, yeah, well, now because of all the, the firing of her and, Jen Ortega leaving, it's like, well, now I don't get any payoff for that. So I was coming into this like, man, there was an idea that I was into that I'm not going to get to see paid off. So I had low expectations, let's say, coming into 7. Wasn't that exciting.
Chad and Mindy are still here. Your favorite characters.
They've been here since 5. I guess they're the main characters now.
Look, we all know it's about Chad and Mindy Meeks, baby. Randy lives on. We're still getting X Factored.
Chad's gotten stabbed 3 times in a row, I think.
What's that?
Sorry.
What was the X show? What was it? Jamie Kennedy's. Was it just called Jamie Kennedy's X?
The Jamie Kennedy Experiment?
Experiment.
Oh.
Experiment.
I think Experience.
Something
Jamie
like
Kennedy
that.
Experience.
We're getting Chad and Mindy X'd right now, guys. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. But I do want to say, so obviously we're alluding to what happened between these movies with Melissa Barrera, who was fired from the movie for posting pro-Palestinian content on social media. And then Jen Ortega sort of basically quit in solidarity. And then after they lost the 2 main stars, they revamped the whole idea creatively of what they were going to do and brought in.
Worth mentioning too, Melissa Barrera posting at a time when basically no other celebrity.
She was one of the first, early people to do it.
Yeah, well, it's a tricky thing with Hollywood. I mean, there's a lot of pro-Israel people in Hollywood in very high up positions, like producer and that sort of thing. So it was a tough time to even be posting anything like any way empathetic towards Palestine in 2023 because of everything that was going on. And so obviously I feel like we all agree that it was really disgusting that they would fire her for that. Yeah. I mean, even no matter what you think of the whole situation, that's, censorship. We're against censorship and we're against blacklisting. That's getting into Red Scare, HUAC type
McCarthyism
of stuff. Yeah, McCarthyism.
Yeah. And then basically got to Jenna Ortega, and in one interview they were like, "Do you stand with her?" And she's like, basically was like, "Oh, you think I need the Scream franchise?"
Yeah. Well, then again, what has Jenna Ortega done recently?
Then again,
right.
Movies right now. I don't know, but we still like her.
Yeah, but also
I haven't watched Wednesday season 2. I don't know.
I haven't watched that either. I think I'm out on the Ortega hype. I was never that in on it, but
you saw that Weekend movie, Her in the Weekend, right?
Oh yeah, baby.
I did not.
Oh yeah,
Misery starring The Weekend.
Misery starring The Weekend. Yeah. I need to shout out Scream 6 real quick because I did like that. You got Spider in there too. Come on, what's not to love about
Jack Champion?
Jack Champion. Yeah.
Jack Champion is on a legendary run right now. I was reading a premise for a new movie he's got out, and I was like, this guy can pick projects. It's fucking insane. I love this kid.
Yeah, I mean, he's in Freaky Tales, right? Everyone's talking about that movie, yes. Freaky Tales.
He's got Champion.
And like I said, Jack Quaid and Mikey Madison in the 5th one. Dude. As Oscar winner Mikey Madison. How many Oscar winners are in this movie? Yeah.
Exactly. Samaritan,
Now, Jacob, you explained that Christopher Landon was the director who was going to take over, and he's, as you said, from the Happy Death Day franchise, a lot of sort of meta stuff. It worked very well with the meta-ness, quote unquote, of this franchise. Before that, the helmers of this reboot were, of course, Radio Silence. Radio Silence, a 3-man collective who did a film we all absolutely love called Ready or Not, and of course, the sequel about to come out this year. And, gentlemen, the biggest, best fucking news of all time, of course. They are the directors behind Mummy 4, the reboot that's just going to be like, Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz are back. Don't even consider that the Dragon Emperor exists.
Hell yeah.
Right. And that, of course, is Matt Bettinelli, Olpin, and Tyler Gillett, who are still producers on this movie. And they left the Scream before any of that other stuff happened. They left Scream 7 because of conflicts with, they were making the movie Abigail. And now they've made the movie Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which also was a trailer in front of this movie. I wanted to. Did you guys see any of the trailers in front of this movie? Because there was a lot of, there was Scary Movie 6 or Scary Movie. Is it 6?
It's
There was
6,
a lot
one
of horror.
behind Scream. Scary Movie 6. Yeah.
Okay. So Scary Movie's back. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come is coming out, and also a couple other horror. So I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of interesting looking horror trailers before this. Yeah.
Also to point out those directors, Ready or Not, Samara Weaving's in Scream 6 as the film professor.
Yes.
So, there you go.
There you go.
But I didn't see any of the trailers. I am intrigued about Scary Movie 6, honestly. Like, I watched the trailer online once they finally put it online, and like that seems... I'm more interested in that than I was in Scream 7. Let's say that.
And they got the, obviously, Anna Faris and Regina Hall back. So, they're bringing the main characters back, and they're making a lot of jokes about relevant new horror movies. Like, you got your Weapons jokes, you got your Get Out, you got your
Ma,
I guess. You got your Scream. There is a joke in the trailer. So when they're talking about, they're saying like, "Oh, that's like Jamie Lee, like that's like Halloween without Jamie Lee Curtis, or Scream without Nev Campbell." And someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's called Scream 6."
Nice.
So they're directly referencing Scream in front of the Scream movie. I thought that was funny.
Right, and then now with this Scream 7, they backed up the money truck to Nev Campbell and said, "Hey, what if we just redid the Halloween reboot, but with you and your daughter? What if we just retread those plot points?
What if you fire a gun more than Rambo?"
Right. And you tell people how to shoot guns,
Yeah. And this one,
murder him. Murder him now.
Shoot him in the head.
Each Scream movie kind of is about something. Like, obviously the Scream 2 is about sequels. Scream 3 is about trilogies. Scream 4 is about remakes. Scream 5 is about legacy sequels, The Last Jedi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
6, I don't remember what that was about particularly, but this one, I guess, is about, again, sort of legacy sequels, and it's about the sort of mother-daughter repeating the cycle of her daughter becoming the new Sidney Prescott, the new main character. I don't know. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about that?
Well, hold on. Yeah, Mike, you said you like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think about this movie, dog? Give us your first impressions on this movie.
I watched this yesterday, and I am struggling to remember hardly anything about it. Like, very forgettable to me. Like, I know what it was about broadly, the AI bullshit, but I don't know. I don't love it, All
right,
it's
here's what I say.
Yeah.
This is a dog shit drag, y'all. This is one of the most boring experiences I've had watching this movie. And the one thing I will give this film is it has one of the craziest kills I've ever seen in my life, followed up with one of the worst animatronics I have ever seen in my life. I assume. I don't know what that thing was.
I was going to say, so this... Sorry.
I was just
going to say, this one, it seems like they're going for the most violent and graphic kills compared to
that's what the last movie was.
Right. That's what that claimed to be.
I guess that's true.
But people online, before I even saw this, they were saying no spoilers, but the kills in this movie are some of the gnarliest and the best ones in the franchise. If you're here for the gore, you got it, baby. You're going to love these kills. And I'm like,
I don't think they are. Really I just think one is. And I'm also not really here for the gore, because
Screams is mostly about stabbing people with a knife. It's not that gory. Yeah.
But 6 has that moment where the guy cleans the knife and they're trying to crawl across the New York apartments or whatever.
Yeah.
And he is just murdering people left and right and seems unstoppable. That is what I consider violence. This film, the sharkiness, that basically it's this lurking in the shadows weirdo who just comes out, does a weird thing to like a harness that's, lifting a girl in the air. He's basically like the Joker, and then he just like disappears like laughing. That's not violence. It's gruesome. It's not violence.
Colin, I was thinking with some of the kills in this movie, they're trying to almost do like a Terrifier thing where it's like so over the top that it becomes comical. Like with perhaps the kill that you're talking about, perhaps, which is our little Gen V boy. And what they do to him.
Oh, great. I love that you also knew exactly what it was.
I'm glad that you tapped that show.
So crazy.
Because it's the most over the top and like ridiculous thing. Like in a somewhat grounded universe to do that, it's like what is this franchise becoming? Because to me,
Well,
that's
and
not really what
also,
Scream is about. Yeah.
spoiler alert, is the person who does that, do they have a relationship to that character? Because that
Right.
is like the
Right.
craziest
Well, the
thing you
reveal at
could
the end.
do to someone. Yes.
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course, we should say spoilers for this movie, obviously. Spoilers for perhaps all of the Scream movies, but
Perhaps all. of
True,
these
perhaps all of
movies,
them.
Yes.
we might get, we can't
Perhaps
say,
all of
we
them.
might
They're
get
very
into it, but
interrelated to one
Yes.
another. Yeah.
They
without
are.
jumping too far ahead, I do want to say I thought this had one of the worst, perhaps the worst in the series, reveals of who the killers are of any of the Scream movies to me.
And that's a big part of the Scream movies is the who done it, right? And and the first movie had the reveal that there was actually two Ghostface, and that's how they could get away with it, and that's kind of been the trend largely.
Right.
Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 1, but usually it's 2 at least.
Slasher movies are Michael Myers escapes, Jason Voorhees escapes, Freddy haunts your dreams. You know who those fucking motherfuckers are. Scream is a dude in a mask is targeting this girl, and every film you have no fucking
different.
clue who it is. It's
You're trying to
awesome.
figure it out.
You
There's usually
tone
red
into that.
herrings. Yeah.
This, I don't want to be that asshole who's like, I knew who it was the whole time. But I will
Colin, I'm right
say
there with you in terms of
that
part of it.
there's
Yeah.
an issue with writing and filmmaking where if you're making this film, literally have lines where they're like, this isn't a killer that's obsessed with, like the stab movies or the murders. They're obsessed with Sidney Prescott. I'm like, well, then it's a character who has scenes with Sidney Prescott. It's not going to be one of the kids who, never has a scene with fucking Sidney Prescott. It's going to be a friend. There's someone who gets multiple one-on-one scenes with her.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the reveals I thought were too obvious, and the amount of red herrings in this movie where they're like, obviously the boyfriend is always like a top suspect, the daughter's boyfriend. Then you have this creepy kid who's like the Gen V kid, right? So they're giving you all these like tropes of like, oh, it could be this guy, it could be this guy, one of the friends. But then they proceed to kill off most of the red herrings, and then you're like, well, obviously it's not them then.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
what they
in
do
a
with the
huge
boyfriend is
clump,
weird too.
they do it like they do like so many at once, and what they do
Yeah.
with the boyfriend fucking sucks. He's so what? Just can I also say, if you're dating someone whose literal first line is, "I was watching that movie that's based on the murders your mother survived, and it got me super hot. Do you want to role play?" It's like, what the
Right.
fuck are you doing?
Yo.
Get out of my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Well, that's and they keep going back and forth with the boyfriend. It's like, oh, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Oh, is he doing the AI stuff? Oh, just kidding. He actually was a nice guy the whole time. Okay.
Can I ask you
cool,
guys
I guess.
an opinion? At one point, does this film try to make you think Tatum, the daughter, is the killer?
I don't know if they
Again,
maybe
that's
they
getting
wanted
into
to hit
horror
that.
territory where it's
After
like,
they kill
Emma
McKenna
Roberts.
Grace, who's the other actress, Jacob, that's exactly why I have an issue with it. She
Yeah.
comes back and goes, "Oh, what's going on here, guys? I was just doing blah, blah, blah." And there's all this stuff about how she constantly is like, "I'm not Sydney's daughter. I need to stand up and not be Tatum. I need to like be bold," and all this stuff where you're like, are they trying to make me think it's going to be a Jill Taylor situation? Because I would never believe that you would pull that twist twice. Like Emma
Right.
Roberts is iconic as
They've already
Scream
covered that.
4's
That's-
villain.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem with the Scream franchise. is
Slamming
they've
yourself into the
already-
wall.
They've
Yeah.
done everything. God, what
That was
I'm gonna
incredible.
watch
So much
Scream
fun.
4 tonight.
I love
Yeah.
Scream 4. It's the
Hayden
second best one.
Panettiere.
to me.
Yeah.
No, I go 2-4. I'm not gonna do my
Go
ranking
1,
till
4,
the end.
2. Yeah.
Two,
Two's good as
two
well.
is fucking. It's you guys forget Joshua Jackson, Sarah Michelle Gellar, fucking handsome cowboy.
Jada
We have
Pinkett Smith.
the cast of Scream
Timothy
2 is
Olyphant.
insane.
That's right, Timothy Olyphant. But with this one, I wasn't suspecting the daughter, although at various times I did think, is it Joel McHale? Is it the husband doing this?
Interesting. Okay. Have you guys? You're familiar with the blue flannel hypothesis
Blue flannel?
regarding Scream? It's that the killers generally will wear blue flannel or blue checkered shirts or flannel in general. Hence my flannel.
Really?
It's like in Scream 1. Yeah. Billy Loomis wears like a blue flannel, and then in Scream 4, the cousin, she's wearing like a blue checkered shirt, and like there's a lot of this blue flannel. Flannel is like the tell of the killer.
I love that.
And then in this, they did a lot of that, I think, with the red herring characters, like the son and even the best friend who ends up doing the hanging from the rafters. Like she's wearing like a blue checkered skirt in the beginning, and I'm like, they're leaning into that to throw us off, I think, is what they were doing
Right.
for this. But in the other movies, even Jack Quaid wears a blue flannel and stuff like that. It's pretty set up in this universe.
I
The
never
blue
knew that,
flannel
yeah.
is the
Never
tell.
That's so cool. I love
Yeah.
that.
So they subverted that in this, and so when I saw
Right.
blue flannel, I figured they're not the killer because I figured they were leaning into that to trick us. So I was kind of identifying, okay, it's not the son who loves horror podcasts. That's a trick, right? Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of red herrings with the boyfriend, with the son, even the friends. But again, it's like they've done this so many times. Like there's only so many people it could be, and they've kind of exhausted the number of like original things they can do almost. Where they're bringing in
But-
now randos.
Jacob,
Yeah.
exactly what I was about to say. But the strength of this franchise always has been to find the loophole of this is so and so's brother, sister, distant, whatever. They had a
Always
relationship to you
someone that
because
you
of this,
that
this.
knows you.
The
Yeah.
fact that this one is just we're two weirdos. You're like,
Yeah, right.
what? That's crazy.
Right. Even 5, it's like, yeah, Jack Quaid was like obsessed with horror movies and stuff, right? But he
made a
ingrained himself
discovery.
into the relationship of
Billy
being the boyfriend.
Loomis has a
Yeah.
kid. He is pushing forward a secret that changes the franchise on its head. I'll give that film that. Like I love that. I love the cast of that film. I don't really like it that much.
And then 6, obviously, it's the family of Jack Quaid is the reveal.
Getting revenge.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then this one, yeah, it as soon as they went to the institution or whatever, and we met orderly Ethan Embry, and I thought, well, that's Ethan
Who,
Embry.
me?
I
Yeah.
wonder if
You
that guy's
recognized
involved.
him?
Yeah.
Really?
Dog. I thought
like,
he was
that's
like
Ethan
the
Embry.
penguin or something, dog. I didn't know what was going
I
on.
had no idea who that was.
I should say I didn't look up anything going into this movie about the cast or anything like that. So
No.
when a certain guy named Matthew Lillard shows up, I was like,
That's
oh snap.
Joel McHale
Tarantino's
shocked
worst
me.
nightmare.
I don't
Yeah.
even know that I'd ever seen a trailer. Joel McHale shocked me. Matthew Lillard, Tarantino's worst nightmare. God damn you, Jacob. Paul Dano should have been the reveal in this film. The
Right.
scars on his face, all this stuff. I mean, I did you guys see? We did an episode on the first one, obviously.
Right.
Did you see the second Five Nights at Freddy's?
No, but
No.
now I kind of want to because I miss Matthew Lillard being in movies.
It
Yeah.
stars him. It also co-stars McKenna Grace, who is also
Okay.
a young character in this film. He's talked about how that film franchise has revitalized his career, how he's so happy to be back as a Scream King. He still does his Scooby-Doo stuff. I last year said
love
he
Matthew
needed a
Lillard.
Best Supporting Actor for Good Luck Chuck, that Stephen King movie. I don't know.
Life of
I
Chuck,
love
yeah.
this guy, dude.
We love
Life
Matthew
of Chuck,
Lillard
thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
Again,
Big
yeah,
fan.
we don't ask Quentin Tarantino what he thinks of Matthew Lillard, but we love him. And we love
Why would you
Hackers.
body him? It makes no sense.
Yeah. No, yeah.
What-
I mean, he's Stu Macher. He's one of the original killers, Stu.
Yeah.
And there's like some conspiracy theories, obviously, that he's alive or whatever. And then when he actually appears in a little FaceTime video, you think, oh snap, is he actually back or is
I
it
don't think anything.
some kind of AI?
Right.
But I did not know that going in. And also the Joel McHale reveal was another like jump scare for me. I'm like, wait, she's married to Joel McHale this whole time,
Mm-hmm.
which I did not know going in. So
He makes a
those are the
mean
two-
soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey, who plays the cop that she dates in 3,
Who was
is
also
his
named
name
Mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it the same character? Okay.
Different last name.
Was it
Just
the
she
same
has a thing
character?
for cop marks.
Cops named Mark.
Oh, weird. That's so
Yeah.
weird.
And I mean, he's the new Deputy Dewey because obviously they kill off Dewey in 5. They need some kind of cop character, so now they have Joel McHale.
It makes sense that
Police
after what
chief.
Sydney's been through, she would want to marry someone in law enforcement, some sense of safety. You'd think, like on
especially,
paper.
like, yeah. She obviously started a family in like 4 or 5 maybe, and you don't see any of the details of her family. And now she's been married to Joel McHale. She has a teenage daughter and like maybe 2 younger sons that are with their grandparents in this movie, so you don't really see them.
Oh, okay.
But she's not living in Woodsboro anymore. Obviously, she's living in this new town and kind of retreated from public life. Obviously, she wrote a book about her experiences, which was like this uplifting book and
And then
stuff.
In 4, she's a recluse who has a phone center, supporting abused women job. And we sort of see her at the end of that film symbolically open the door. She's rejoining the world, right? I just don't know that she would leave that very important job to become a diner owner or a cafe
coffee
owner.
shop owner. Yeah.
That seems so social. That seems like you're like, hello, murder me. I'm
It's
here
almost like
every day.
I have
she's trying to
regular
restart
hours.
a normal life. So she moves to a new town, starts a family, tries to put her past behind her, and she's very like consciously going by, it's Mrs. Evans now, not Mrs. Prescott. Like I
But
don't go by
what?
Sydney Prescott.
But
Right,
the
yeah.
Gen V kid who comes up and is like, "Did you watch that special on how you were almost killed?" Like, how
Yeah.
could you even tolerate that? Like the second one person did something like that, you would have to be like, "Well, we're leaving," or like, "I'm just never going outside again." I guess. Like
Yeah.
you
Right.
people need to, or I'll just call the cops on you. Like there needs to be a rule in my establishment. If you ever say that shit to me again, you are out of here. Like it's over.
Yeah, and this movie
Yeah.
is kind of touching on sort of true crime culture, even with the intro scene where you have people that are just obsessed with the Stab franchise and the real life stories that they're based on, to the point where you have a Stab experience, which is the original house, that's now some sort of Airbnb that's all dressed up with stills from the movies and stuff like that. Like it's a museum that you can basically go to.
And that stuff
Uh,
exists. Not like maybe murder
yeah,
houses, but like these experience Airbnbs.
like
And
the
can I
Michael Myers
say,
house or whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But this
Not
opening
Mike went
sequence,
to one.
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Scream, famously for usually having the opening kill sequence and then the rest of the movie. This Airbnb sequence to open the movie, like I like this more than the rest of the movie. I like these two characters more than anyone else in the movie.
I
I like
guys,
the intro. It's probably my favorite part.
Great intro.
maybe
but that's
agree
it.
with you, and let's talk about it. But like my issue with it is it's 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they always
That's
have
true.
kind of long intros.
But that's
Maybe
like
not that
that
long.
is like a short film. That is
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's pretty indulgent, but it's
It
better
almost
than the
feels like
rest of the
this could have
movie, so I didn't
existed in the
mind.
first draft of the one that was gonna have,
Yeah.
Sam
or it's the
Carpenter. in it.
trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I think is interesting in the Scream movies, obviously, we don't have anything like this in real life, where it's a real life crime spree that gets turned into a popular horror franchise. Like we have popular horror franchises, but they're not really based on real stories most of the time.
It's the closest thing I can truly give the analogy of is the 80s and 70s obsession with Bonnie and Clyde. Like the fact that that Hollywood stars made a movie about true murderous, events and stuff. But like that, I mean, in the universe of like the Stab films where you're like, right, but like that happened to somebody. Or like when Tatum says in this movie, did it really happen to you like how the movies depict it? And Sydney's like,
Yeah. And yeah, obviously we have sort of a true crime. There are people that are obsessed with true crime, and there are people that are obsessed with horror movies. The thing that I find weird is like I don't think those two things usually overlap that much. Like there's not
No.
people that are obsessed with horror movies and true crime. It's either one or the
Yeah.
other kind of, because they're different. Like horror movies are fiction, obviously, but this is a
Yes.
fictional franchise that's based on real life events in the
Based
movie.
on real events. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so
very
weird.
strange. Like
And so like in this intro you have Jimmy
Dude.
Tatro
yeah.
Love
from
him.
American Vandal, Colin.
The
You like
best
that
season
show?
1.
Yeah.
The best.
Okay.
Best show on Netflix.
And he's sort of a horror movie fan and a true crime fan. He's just a fan of the Stab killings in general, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's here with his girlfriend. She's less into it. But yeah, this whole sequence where there's
Yeah.
a robot Ghostface. But I know it turns out there's a real Ghostface in here. And he dresses up as Ghostface to scare her. Like this whole thing.
Babe, you said you'd role play.
Yeah, right. But then he's like, we can leave if you're not into it. But this whole scene, and I just looked it up. Drew Barrymore dies around 12 minutes into the first Scream movie.
Yo, really?
First one, so
pretty
it's
long.
about
Yeah,
the same
I
length.
take it back, Mike.
Yeah.
That's
The
crazy.
second one with Jada Pinkett Smith, I feel like that's pretty long. Like,
That's all right.
Yeah.
yeah.
But so anyway, this is just a trope for the series, and I like this sequence well enough. And I thought it was fun with the animatronic. It's not an animatronic, simple stuff that I've seen in other movies.
Right.
But I like these characters, more than some of the
Yes.
other characters that are leading this movie. Is what I wanted to say.
The weakness of this film
Yes.
is I really don't like any of the new characters.
The
Right.
the new friends are pretty. It's just pretty bland, and even like
Tatum sucks.
the daughter, yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Unfortunately, like if you look at most of the prior Scream movies, like a lot of times they have these great casts. Like 4 has an incredible cast of like young teen
Hayden
characters.
Panettiere.
Yeah, dude. Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Right, and in this one, it's like, oh, the boring friends, and then they all get killed off, and I just don't feel anything for any of them.
Yeah. And also, just real quick, at the end of that opening thing, they burn the original house down. You know.
And what I thought, there's the girlfriend in the intro they're talking about the different ways the characters died and how Mikey Madison's character has like the craziest death in 5, where she gets like stabbed and then she gets set on fire on the stove.
And then gets back up.
Oh man, I would hate to die that way. And then in a couple minutes gets burned to death because of the.
What does Ghostface say to Sydney? He says like, "I had some burning business in Woodsboro, bitch."
Yeah, what did he say? He had some pun like that.
He's becoming very Freddy in these later movies. The way that he will say menacing things, and then that's exactly
what it was.
Like. And then when he's challenged on anything, he'll go, "You bitch, you fucking bitch." And he'll start doing that where it's like, all right, man, like that can't just be your one move.
That's a reference to Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, you're just copying Freddy.
Just call everybody bitch.
But also the intro, like the end of the intro, it's like I like the intro, but also the reveal of who the ghost faces are. It's like, well, why did you do that? Why did you burn down?
Why did you do that? Why did you guys drive there and do that?
Just too random.
Who did Psycho Undertaker do that? Like that's so. He's just like driving through town. He's like, well, I gotta make the stop.
Yeah.
I like the angle in 6 when the killers are like, who gives a fuck about scary movies? Because they don't actually care about the movies.
They just want revenge.
They're just trying to get revenge for Jack Quaid. And so that was an interesting angle. This one, it's like, well, they don't care about the Stab franchise. I guess they just care about Sydney as the hero and wanting to bring her, like make her back into the person that she was before.
But 6 has the Ghostface Museum. Why does that happen?
Yeah, I would have to rewatch
when they're leaving the different original masks of all the different ghost faces at the killer.
Right, I forgot about that too.
That's right, yeah, because each of the characters has a different, and they want her to wear the original Billy Loomis mask and frame her. They want to frame her as the killer and get away with it.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
This one's even weirder though, because do we just like the motivation? Can I just bring it up?
Yeah,
sure. It kind of doesn't make. It's the neighbor lady, and she's like, "I had an abusive relationship, and then I read your book about how, you can stand up to evil, and you got to fight back. And I killed my husband, and then now you're just so meek and boring. And I want badass Sydney back, and that's why I'm doing all this shit." It's like, what?
And
this doesn't make sense.
She's
you killed
the
your
mother of Gen V boy.
Kid.
Yeah,
who she maybe also kills, or maybe it's Ethan Embry that kills him, but. And she's just like, oh, I had to kill him. He was too much like his father, right?
I'm laughing thinking about how she does it again. We'll get to it. It's wild.
I really needed a line. Yeah. Well, when we get to that, I'll say the line that I wish set it up. But anyway,
please, Mike. Now, it's kind of a comment on parasocial relationships. If this had been like Gail as a podcaster, or like Sydney, again was like, how about this? Cindy, you don't realize this. In Scream 4, I was one of the women who called you because I was being abused by my husband. You saved my life. That's when I read your book and became obsessed with you, because you changed things. Like truly embed her into like the history of that. Do not just make it like, Oprah told me to read your book. It was great. Bang, bang, bang. My son's a Slurpee now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Because they've done plenty of retcons like that, where it's like, well, actually, when you work at that call center, like that would have make sense apropos for this franchise to make it more rooted. But they're just like, I just kind of happened to pick up your book one day, murdered my husband.
Right, and obviously, so there is the reveal of Sydney's talking to this ghost face on the phone or whatever, and then he turns into a FaceTime call, and the reveal is, oh, it's Stu Macher. It's Matthew Lillard. He survived the original movie. He's got scars on his face and stuff.
Just like Two-Face or whatever. Or, just like jacked up.
Yeah. So they are bringing into, I guess they're bringing in AI deep fakes into this, which is an irrelevant thing, but it's also like is it or is it not real type of thing that's going on
That's
back
our
and forth
mystery.
kind of
Is
throughout the
he
movie.
still alive?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and just because we're spoiling it, and the reason I'm laughing, I just keep making myself giggle, is and you guys explained to me who he is and what the relationship and how he does this AI stuff. But just to spoil the rest of it, Ethan Embry, as we mentioned, is the villain in this movie. And listeners, if you're not gonna see this film, he basically looks like Gargamel looking for the Smurfs, but
Mhm.
like this is what he's doing instead. Like he's just
Yeah.
like being like
crazy,
ghost.
like
What if
bald.
Gargamel was Ghostface? Like
Yes.
he looks like a lunatic. But what is his
Essentially, they
secret?
go
He
to
was a lunatic.
well, they go to like a mental institution because there's another killer that's involved, which is like just a random crazy person they met at a mental institution who was like in jail for killing people, right? And they use him, the two other killers, to like do some of their dirty work. But so they go to check, like Sydney and Gail go check out this mental institution. That's when they meet Ethan Embry, who's like an orderly who works there. He's like, they show him a picture of Stu and they're like, oh yeah, that's John Doe. He lived here for like 30 years or whatever. He had amnesia. He lived right in this room right here. And as soon as he starts telling this story, I'm like, well, obviously it's that guy. He's making up a story about Stu Macher.
You're
Right.
wearing a straitjacket while you say this. Who
Yeah.
me? Who that guy? He's my best friend. But my question for you guys is, what is the truth? What is he? He is what?
All right. So here's
He's
what I
at,
believe is
yeah, sorry.
she ended up at that psych ward after killing her husband.
Yeah,
Bonded
that's
with
where they
him,
met.
and he says, "Oh, I have a background in AI. I used to work at Google." So they became close, and then I think she kind of seeded this plot in his brain and made him an accomplice along with the other crazy guy.
Why do any of this? Why do any of
Because
this?
Sidney
Why do
Prescott's
any of
boring
this?
now.
Yeah.
What are you
Well, the
talking
idea
about?
is,
If I
so-
had a gun pointed at a guy who ruined my life because he said I was boring now, I'd be like, what are you talking about? As I blasted him 1,000 times.
The goal is to end up boring.
The plan of Anna Camp, who's the actress that is this
Anna Camp.
next door neighbor, her plan is basically to turn Tatum into the new Sydney of like, so Sydney watched her mom die in the original, and so now she's going to kill Sydney in front of Tatum and turn her into a new final girl and like start the franchise over, basically.
Now, Jacob, I know I just said this 100 times in a row, and I hate to repeat myself. Why do that? Why do that? Why do that?
I don't
Why
know.
do that?
I don't know.
Why do that? Why do that?
Why
Is
do
my
anything,
question.
You know?
Why do anything?
you know what?
I can't
Fair.
counter.
That- Yeah, that's the judo move
But-
that this film pulls on you, I guess.
Probably the worst part of this movie for me was when, so they're doing the like, is he or is he not the killer of the boyfriend, right? The red herring of the
Sure.
boyfriend. Oh, he's just a good guy. Oh, just kidding. They get into his
Oh, he's
car
the weirdest
and he has
kid
a
in the world.
laptop.
Mm-hmm.
has a laptop open with some kind of AI program that shows him turning into Stu Macher. And it's like, oh, he was doing the deep fake the whole time. But I guess that was planted by the actual killers. But then how did they do that? How did they
The
do any of
mom?
that?
I
How
thought
did they do that?
my
Why
reading of
did they
that
do that?
was he was trying to see if it was possible, like the technology, but like he could have just done a template, but instead he recorded himself saying lines of "I'm
Doing
going to
the
kill you,
speech
Sydney."
that's
It's like you didn't have to do all that if you just
Yeah.
wanted to test the technology.
Your laptop's open,
That
and
makes
I
you look
see
so
you're
guilty.
subscribed to a website called iwanttokillsydneyprescott.com.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about this? And he's like, oh, that's just a website I moderate. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
Big
And
misunderstanding.
of course, I kept my laptop half open in my car just for the hell of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
That was
and
like,
then that goes
at
nowhere.
that point, I was like, "Fuck this movie."
Here's something else about the AI of this movie. It's written by somebody, obviously it's a big deal now, but AI is predicated on pulling all of the available public data to create a fake person or a facsimile of a person. Stu Macher was not prevalent at the time where he has a large digital footprint of photos, video, voice templates that an AI model could
Yeah,
create
he's
him.
not- Mike, he's not Matthew Lillard. He's not Shaggy
No, they just
in
got
this
famous
movie.
after
Now
Matthew
that you
Lillard.
point that out, he looks handsome and older, exactly how Matthew Lillard looks.
No, AI would only
Look,
be
you
able
don't
to do
understand.
whatever was on his Facebook, which didn't exist when Scream came out. You know what I mean?
Ethan Embry,
Ethan
he has a
Embry,
background in AI.
Gargamel's hacking into the computer. Bring me those Smurfs and Stu Mocker. God,
He's making the most sophisticated, ageable AI. It's pretty important. It's pretty big, actually.
The AI thing is like, yeah, deepfake is like pretty good now. So that's like something that we should be concerned about because you can like you can make someone famous, like you can make incriminating evidence of a politician, and it's really hard to tell if it's real or not anymore. And even like experts, like it's getting so good now that it can be used for like nefarious purposes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's an interesting angle.
Our president posted
the
him
execution
actually scoring the hockey win at
the Olympics.
The gold Olympics.
But what's crazy is how like AI has improved so much just in the last 3 years. Where if you go back and look at 3 years ago AI and then 2 years ago, like every year it's getting more and more realistic and more frightening of like what's going to happen in the future. That it is kind of a big thing in the world right now, right?
Will Smith has gotten better and better at eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah. It's getting more sophisticated. It's getting harder to tell what's fake or not, especially with still images. It's almost impossible. Like video, there's usually more signs. And that's what they're saying. Like in this movie, they're analyzing the Stu Mocker footage and like, wow, if this is a fake, it's a really good fake because it's hard to tell, if it's even fake or not. So it is a scary thing to think about.
It's an interesting
I just don't
angle.
think they did enough with that. Yeah.
I don't think they understood how, like I said, you couldn't have this version of Stu Mocker because that's all coming from data on the internet, which would not exist for Stu Mocker at the time when he was famous.
But like, take his mugshot from, or his, the shot of his dead body. I don't know.
He was 18
yearbook
years
photo.
old.
He didn't have a post-murder interview, so where do you get the voice
No.
print? You know what I mean? I'm being nitpicky, but
it's stretching
can you imagine Joel McHale? You're the head sheriff of the fucking small town PD, and people are like, it's a serial killer who's using advanced AI to mask his face. And you're like, okay, let me just turn this into my IT department, who's like one middle-aged guy who's like, you want me to what?
Movie, like, oh, we're pulling in like the state police and stuff.
That scene where he's like, please let me send this evidence away. I cannot handle this.
We can't process this. Yeah.
And he's like, no, we have to figure this out. I keep a gun in my glove box. I'll murder. There's a scene where Tatum's like, Mom! And Sydney turns around and has her gun. There is no world in America where she would not have pulled that trigger and killed her daughter right there.
Well, Sydney Prescott.
She's very insistent on like, you have to shoot him in the head because there's always a final scare where you think they're dead and they get back.
You have to walk past him, baby, but do me a big favor and pop him right in the brain.
Right in the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about what she's been through in her life, like crazy people keep trying to come after her and killing all her friends.
Ma, you did theater too? Once. I used to be a girl.
Yeah. So yeah, a big part of the movie is sort of this relationship between her and her daughter that's kind of distant because her daughter wants to know more about her life. She's kind of reluctant to share the details. And then she kind of realizes later, like, oh, did I shelter my daughter too much? Or should I have told her everything to prepare her? Because someone else is probably going to try to come after her at some point because that keeps happening to me, apparently.
Wow. Mom, you never talk about how you're the protagonist of 6 Scream films and how they tried to raw dog you on that 7th one, but you got yours. You got yours, Mom.
Yeah. There's that one in New York that you weren't there for, but other than
the rest of them. There's one line that I do like with Tatum, and again, Tatum's the girl who was her friend in Scream 1 who gets killed in the garage door.
Rose McGowan.
Which wild decision to try to crawl through the doggy door. But anyway. So named after Tatum. And I do like the line when Tatum's like, look, you named me after a victim. Like, I want to be a fighter. Like, that's crazy. Like, I like that line where she's like, you need to trust me.
No, I named you after like my best friend that I loved that died when I was a child.
She says this later to Gale Weathers, and we will talk about the extraterrestrial that's playing Gale Weathers in this film. But she later says in an interview, I named her after the last person I trusted. And I really thought that was great. Because it was in existence before people actively tried to murder her like every year.
Correct. Yeah. So I like that, but it's like it didn't quite go deep enough. But there's flecks of things that I like in this movie. As a whole, I don't really like it, but there's little moments here and there that I'm like, there's something.
I would say I don't think it's a terrible movie. I just think it's the worst Scream movie that's been made.
Well, let me say this. According to Rotten Tomatoes, this is the worst one according to critics, but not the worst one according to audiences. Audiences have this at a 76. I think Scream 4 is at a 57 with audiences.
What?
And maybe Scream 3.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Scream 4 is like one of the best.
What's that critics, Mike? What's the critics for
61% for 4. And critics are at 31. Critics are at 31 on 7. It's really
31
bad.
for 7.
And
That's
45 on Scream 3.
Because I think it's more similar level to 5 and 6, where it's like the first 4 to me are kind of impeachable in that it's just a really solid 4 movie franchise. It's when you start getting into 5 and 6 where it's like starts lower.
So Scream, aka Scream 5 2022, 76 with critics, 82 with audience, and Scream 6, 77 with critics, 90% the highest rated Scream movie with audiences, Scream 6.
And this one had what?
And this one has 31 with critics, but 76 with fans.
31 with critics. That's interesting. So that's the lowest.
That's correct.
And Scream 3 is 45 with critics at the next lowest.
The audience is wrong on this one.
The audience is wrong.
I apologize.
I feel like that's
manipulating.
That is an effect of like, oh, Sidney Prescott's back.
That's what I think the nostalgia play.
So it did like the gambit of the studio being like, oh well, we really blew it with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega. What can we do? Let's get Sidney Prescott back, and like we'll do the whole nostalgia thing. It did pay off, and that audiences did go to see it. So congratulations to the scummy producers and stuff, because it worked. Unfortunately,
it's making money.
And compare this financially. Is it doing better than 5 and 6? I would guess probably.
I think it's doing, but I don't have the numbers for that. I was just on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't have the box office.
It is the highest grossing. Yeah. So
that's terrible. I hate that because look,
I hate that too.
I would have, I would have boycotted this movie if we weren't talking about it on this podcast, and so I sort of rationalized to myself like, well, I need to cover it for our podcast, so I will go. But I would not have seen this movie in theaters if we weren't talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't want to reward that sort of behavior. And unfortunately, I guess it's going to do better than 5 and 6.
It seems like your vote wouldn't have mattered anyway. Even if we didn't go, it would be making its money.
The critics are right. Like, this is the worst one. I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah. And I don't want to drag the actress, but Tatum, the character, the daughter, like, I don't think it's a performance thing. I think it's a material that she's given thing. But I don't care about this character or her arc, or I just don't get. Yeah. I don't feel any investment or buy-in.
But Mike, the reveal is that she's the dog, not the princess. She's not the star or the glamour girl. She's living under the shadow of Sidney Prescott, and she doesn't have confidence to break through and be herself.
That's right. Her mom won't let her be herself because she doesn't trust her. Remember when Sam wouldn't trust Jenna Ortega's character to stand on her own 2 feet? We've not done this before.
Yeah.
Her name is Tara, Mike.
And Sam wouldn't trust Tara to stand on her own 2 feet. Yeah.
Tara Carpenter. Their last name was Carpenter. Do you know why?
Do you know why? Woodworking.
Why?
Look at that. Mike's right. That's why.
They're related to the Carpenters. Sabrina.
Nice espresso.
So, but like the first thing that happens in this movie is the boyfriend crawls through the window of the daughter at night. Classic teenage thing. And then she's acting like all indignant that her mom is like against that. It's like, yeah, of course your mom doesn't want a boy climbing through your window so she can make out.
Do rape role play. What's wrong with you? Let her do this. It's like, what?
Like, that's a very normal thing for parents not to want their teenage daughter to like be doing stuff with boys.
Oh, thank you for saying this. The most indignant scene I have ever fucking seen in a movie. I cannot believe this kid. When he's getting walked out and he goes, actually, Mr. Prescott or Mrs. Evans, I'm sorry.
I'm like a really nice guy.
I'm actually like a really nice guy. And she's like, great, get the fuck out of my house. It's like what loser would be like, actually, I'm super good. And
he's trying to win over the mom, but she's not falling for it. And again, the first thing he did was like, I was watching the Stab movies when the Billy Loomis character crawls through your mom's window. It made me think,
crawled in to kill your mother.
Climbed in
I
your
got
window.
super aroused. And I said, baby, let's do it.
Yeah.
What?
But overall, the boyfriend does seem like a nice guy. Like that's the red herring, is that he is just a nice guy.
He's a fucking freak is the red herring. You're just like, okay, I guess he's just weird.
But he's a nice guy who's smart and he's like a jock. So he's like, I like to work out my body and my mind.
Mhm. He does
Remember,
say
he
that.
says that.
He does.
Says he's a nice guy, and then he says, I like to work out my body. He's like he's in an after school special.
Seventh
Yeah.
Heaven. Yeah.
But we meet the daughter. I guess we'll meet the daughter's friends, which is Grace McKenna, like you said, who is former child actor, now young adult actress, I guess. And also, what's her name? Celeste O'Connor is her other friend,
Mm-hmm.
who was in Madam Web, if you remember.
Oh.
No.
She was in Madam Web.
How could I
Oh,
forget?
she
Sydney
was
Sweeney.
in Madam Web.
And our other favorite actress.
I do science. She says that in that.
Isabella Merced.
Oh,
You
geez,
think
that's
I don't
right.
do
It's Isabella
science?
Merced.
I love science.
She's
You're
the
like,
other
oh.
girl that's not Sydney Sweeney and
Isabella
Isabella
Merced. That's right.
So, and she's like, she has a crush on Creepy Boy, Sam from Gen V,
Mhm.
our little Gen V boy, I like to call him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That
Absolutely.
is-
He's not. I'll say this. I don't think he's a
Ozza
good actor
German.
on that show. He's not winning me over on this one. Either,
No.
dog, so
No?
God bless. No.
Ozza German.
Mm-hmm.
A reminder that we literally, after Gen V, were like, we actually don't need to talk about.
We don't
season
need to
2
talk
on our
about
podcast where we
That's
talk
true.
about
We never
stuff.
talked about that.
We watched it and then we're all like, actually, we never need to bring this show up to each other ever again.
We didn't even bring it up
And
on
we
the
have-
Watcha.
No.
That's true. That's true. But we do have New Boys coming out. Final season of The Boys coming out this year. And the
New
trailer for that did
Boys.
just drop. New Boys.
New boy.
Did you guys watch
New
the trailer
Boys.
that just dropped?
Yeah, after you said it,
Yeah, I
I'm
checked it out.
excited, I guess.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
We'll probably
But-
talk about that, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but as for this movie, the scene of the three friends walking on the sidewalk talking about a party later, I'm like, oh, this is like Halloween. This is like Halloween 1, kind of.
This is like every, it's like every movie. It's
Every
like Scream
slasher.
4.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, again, this is very similar to Scream 4. The friend group in Scream 4 had a very similar dynamic to the friend
They're
group in this
iconic.
movie. Yeah,
4
much
is
better. I mean, you had Hayden
just iconic.
Panettiere
Yeah.
and Rory Culkin.
Dang.
Yeah.
Culkin.
And Emma Roberts. Also, does Sydney never talk about her cousin who was also like a sociopath murderer?
Right. Was that in her book? Or is that after she wrote the book?
Yeah.
I think it was after she wrote the book and
Was
got
she
famous. Emma Roberts was
electrocuted to
jealous
death?
of her. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
But Tatum never asked about, what's your mom's cousin? Is that your cousin twice removed or something? I don't know.
Your first cousin, I think, something like that.
Yeah. So that's her friend group. Yeah, we got the two boys, the handsome boyfriend and creepy guy who's
Mhm.
obsessed with the stab movies. And so you think, oh, another obvious red herring. It's not going to be this guy. It's too obvious. Obviously, is what I was saying the whole time to myself.
Mm-hmm. And he had the flannel, so I was all again like, yeah, obviously not him. I want to make a podcast. I
Right.
just want to talk to Sydney Prescott. Evans. Sorry, ma'am.
And he's the Jack. I guess he's the Jack Quaid of this, being in Gen V. But also, it's like those two male characters are both the Jack Quaid. They just split that
But-
character into two characters.
But the Jack Champion in 6, his whole bit was it's too obvious that the new boyfriend is the killer, and then it turned
then
out
he
that
is a
he
killer.
was the
But he's only
killer,
one of the
and that was the twist. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. He actually calls to help the lady in the subway that gets stabbed because he's pretending not to be the killer. So there's a whole thing that they're running in 6. It's at least like, plausible deniability.
Why are you guys wasting so much time talking about these loser new characters when Mindy and
None
Chad
of them
are
matter.
right there?
Yeah,
Let's talk about Minnie and Chad. They've been in the
40
last 3 movies.
40
Mindy and
minutes.
Chad.
40 minutes into this movie, Mindy and Chad pilot a spacecraft down with their extraterrestrial leader, this being who
no.
goes by the name of Gail Weathers.
Yes.
Gail Weathers, Courtney Cox. She's still around.
Who? Who plays her? Who did you say plays her?
I-
Who's...
Say what you want. She doesn't look as bad as Demi Moore. I'll say that. She looks better than Demi Moore looks now. Which, have you ever seen what Demi Moore looks like?
Yeah, I saw the Substance, dog. Demi Moore looks super normal.
Oh yeah, no,
Have
I'm
you
against
seen
you
her
on
in
that.
Landman?
No, really?
You're not watching Landman?
Well, here's what I'll
Um,
say this. I'll
yeah.
say this. Courtney Cox is not billed in this movie. I believe they bill it as a scarecrow plays her. Is that correct?
Oh my god.
Why? Why
Um,
drift just to take shots at her? It's horrible. People in my life love her. My shout out to my siblings who
Yeah.
Friends is their favorite thing, and especially past guest Allie of the show who adores the character Monica. So
really?
yeah.
Well, and she took the Gail Weathers role in the original Scream because she was doing Friends. She's like, I want to play someone who's a fucking asshole. You know, like I want to be off
Yeah.
type.
Bitch.
The bitch. Yeah.
And I always loved. I mean, her and Dewey.
She was
I
a
love that relationship.
Cox Arquette at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
She
Real life and
that's true. Cox Arquette in real life. She at one point in this movie gets reminded that Dewey is a character in the Scream franchise, and she gives like a withery little like, I every day have to tell myself that I love Dewey. And she turns around and she has a Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice moment where she just takes a pill, and it's not a plot point for the rest of the movie, but a character just has to acknowledge and be like, she's hurt, like something's wrong.
Because she puts on this like brave face, obviously, as Gail Weathers, news reporter, and then Sydney's like, aren't you even like affected by like Dewey died, and like it seems like you don't even care, and it's like, no, I do care. I'm actually taking pills about it and stuff.
I do care. Jacob, you're not impressed at all that I recalled a detail from the film Beetlejuice.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, great movie that we all loved equally.
That we all enjoy and never fought about.
Nope.
Yeah.
I love the Soul Train. It's good stuff.
Jen Ortega.
Yeah, Jen Ortega.
Catherine O'Hara, R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Yeah, true.
Yeah, one of her last movies.
We've said R.I.P. for like 10 people in this episode.
It's crazy.
This sucks.
It sucks.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch. So there's the actor awards or whatever on Netflix. I didn't watch them, but I did watch on the internet the In Memoriam segment, which is so much like crazier this year than it is usually. But I think like in the Oscars, it's going to be so crazy because so many actors and like people in the industry have died this like in 2025. It's insane. And not just like older people, like younger people that you didn't expect to die. Obviously Rob Reiner. And like there were so many like, surely this will be like they give the last spot to like the most famous person or whatever. It's like Robert Redford, Diane Keaton, Gene Hackman, like so many like iconic actors. So like this year's Oscars is going to be crazy. The In Memoriam, James Van Der Beek, like, so just a little side, but it's very sad. And when they did Catherine O'Hara, they actually showed Jenna Ortega in the crowd, and she was like crying, and it was breaking my heart.
No, and they had
real sad.
Seth Rogen accept the award for her because of the studio.
Yeah, Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn was like very emotional in the crowd. Like it seemed like everyone was just like super emotional in the crowd, and like, yeah, I don't know, but Jenna Ortega obviously had a relationship with her from Beetlejuice. So
yeah, connecting tissue to this franchise.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, Gail Weathers though, to come back to the old Scream of it, and like full trauma, getting bad stuff trauma. Like she was attacked in her home and had her new boyfriend murdered last movie.
Yeah.
And she's still just out here doing it. Like Sydney has a point of like, are you not affected by this shit? Like your home was not safe.
Right.
Chad says, ever since Gail got axed, she has returned to being a dogged crime reporter, and she's teaching us the biz. And Mindy says, don't say the biz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
Chad
we're
and
learning
Mindy,
how to have a bad career, tail end of your career.
The reason they're in this movie, which multiple characters at one point asked them, like, why are you here? And I was thinking, like,
what are you in this
why
movie?
Are you here?
Does it make sense that our worlds are colliding?
Yeah. But it's like, I guess because they knew Gail, and then Gail takes them on as like interns for her news reporting business. Because if you remember, she had some kind of talk show in New York, and then she got canceled. And so she's like, I'm going to go back to my roots of being a news reporter.
I wasn't canceled. They didn't renew my
contract.
Yeah. And so then Chad and Mindy Meeks become her interns, and they're working for her, camera and whatever. So that's why they show up with Gail.
Well, they immediately are doing a vehicular homicide upon showing.
Yeah, they show up. They kill the first killer, and that's the reveal of Gail. Which is
and Chad makes a dumb joke about it. I do wonder if he's still dating Tara Carpenter. I do.
That's right.
Hate
Where's our friends
use of
Sam and
these
Tara? What are they up to
characters,
right now?
Wait, quick check-in. They
I
don't
thought
do
we were
that.
the
There's
core
no
four.
mention of these characters.
No,
No. They do call themselves as
core two.
Hillsborough's next generation. They call themselves.
No, it's a true
That's
two.
not what you guys were. You're the
You're the
core
true
four.
two.
The true two.
But I guess they're only in
Now-
this movie to connect it to 5 and 6.
Correct.
I think the usage of them sucks. I think Jasmine Savoy Brown be looking fine as hell. She's great in this movie. But
But they should have quit in Solidarity too.
Yes, they should have. The character of Mindy and
less-
Chad
Yeah.
are terribly utilized in here. The one time this film maybe has a little energy is in the bar scene when Mindy takes over to do the Randy explanation, but it doesn't make any
We're not doing the
sense
rules this
because I
time. We
don't
talked about this.
buy what the it's like
It
at
feels
this point
forced,
again,
yeah.
it's like there's nothing that this is commenting on in any sort of tangible way that they can be like,
Yeah.
look, you guys have to understand this is a makeup film. We're doing the plot of a film that shouldn't exist because the other one got canceled and they lazily brought someone in is what they should be saying, but they can't say that.
If
So
Kevin Williamson had more
balls.
to kind of go at the studio, but of course maybe he wasn't allowed to or whatever. But like it should have been more meta about the whole situation of the franchise.
These are two idiots that are scrambling. I mean, I don't even think these killers have motivation. It's what she should be saying, basically. It's like
But of
the
course,
plot
Mindy-
is thin and like she should be commenting like that. You know what I
They
mean?
seem like they're a derivative of better killers in a previous form.
yes.
Yeah.
We're stuck in a derivative bad sequel.
Yeah.
But they're just there to be like, yeah, we kind of are experts in this whole thing, having lived through a couple of these now. And Mindy, like you said, is the new Randy, and that she's the one that explains the rules every time in 5 and 6. She's the movie nerd that explains the rules.
Mhm.
Kind of Tatum has a crush on Chad for a second. She brings him that towel and he's like, thanks, baby. It's like we're sleeping like angels here. Whatever he says to her, something where
I
you're
think
like,
Chad
what
and
is
Mindy are also
happening?
supposed to be older. Like they're older than the high school kid. Like
They're college.
They went to
in
college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're out
30
of
years old.
college.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, something I didn't realize, and did we talk about this in 5 or 6, but Chad Meeks Martin, the actor that plays him, Mason Gooding, is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son.
No.
We never talked about it because I didn't find that out till very much later, Jacob.
Yeah, I just found that out last night, and I was like, wait, he's Cuba Gooding
Nepo
Jr.'s son
baby.
the whole time?
That's how he keeps it
Did
so
not
cool
realize
when he's
that.
running.
He's OJ's son. That's crazy.
Dang.
He's OJ's son. Mason Gooding and Jasmine Savoy Brown, who is looking good, like you said, Colin.
Who's looking fine as hell in this movie, dog.
Yeah. But again,
I don't watch
Tatum
Yellow
asked them
Jackets.
directly, why are you in my house? Like, why are you here?
Why you do this? They ask the questions I ask. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
And they say, why do anything?
Why do this? Why do
I
anything?
did like when they're in the bar
Shut
later
it
and they're
down.
like, wait, did 2 prime suspects just leave the room for different reasons? And they're like, all right, let's get out of here. I don't want to get stabbed today. Like they're very cognizant of like
And then
what's
they
about to
do.
happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they don't leave and they do get stabbed.
Chad's
But
gotten
they
stabbed
survive.
every movie.
Then they don't die. Chad is
Chad-
invincible. But
Yeah.
spoiler alert, Joel McHale now takes the prize as most invincible man. He gets
Well,
a
he's the new
bag
Dewey.
put over his head and stabbed 800 times in the chest. And at the end of this film, he's like, baby girl, you did such a good job.
Yeah, he literally is the new Dewey, and then Dewey used to get stabbed and like hurt all the time, but then always survived somehow until 5.
Dewey,
Yeah.
excuse me.
It's
Jacob.
an honor.
How dare you? Dewey got stabbed in the back one time and had a limp for the rest of his life, and then continued in subsequent films to get stabbed one time. Chad Meeks Martin has been stabbed
Pieced up.
500 times in the chest. In this film, he gets one through his heart
here.
and goes,
What's
"Oh
not in his heart,
no,
it's more in
I
his,
Jacob,
in his shoulder.
it's in his heart." He pulls it out. The same knife goes across his sister's belly, where I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's not fatal at all, but Chad is dead.
No,
Mhm.
see, what does it say about the predictability of this movie that when they both got injured, I was like, well, neither one of them is going to die. I think they're both
Right.
fine.
I
Because
thought
they're
maybe it would be
they're
the
legacy
one thing that
characters
they
now.
would work. But
Yeah.
they killed no one in this movie. There is
just
no
killed all the
stakes.
disposable friends that we didn't care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
It's
they did red hair
derivative.
like fake outs with Joel McHale and Chad and Mindy. And it's like, even Joel McHale, I was like, well, I don't know if he's actually dead or not. Like, I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
still think he's
but-
the killer is like kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like it could be anything.
The plot that you needed for this is a set of Ghostface killers that are doing it not because they want to, but because they have to, because that's what this movie is. Like, they had to make it. So
contractually
how do you
obligated.
weave that into the meta narrative of someone who's being blackmailed or something? Like, we had to do it. We didn't want to do it, because that's really what this movie is. Yeah.
Right.
Sequel of Circumstance.
Even using a psychopath who gets shot in the head early in the movie and being like, someone's making him do this. Like having like a cult of Ghostface or something is kind of an interesting premise, Mike. It's something at least. I don't know.
As opposed to your neighbor, I read your book, right? Like, come on.
They could have, the cult of serial killers would have been interesting because Kevin Williamson did a TV show starring Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God.
Called The
The
Following.
Raven or the following. Jacob, that's
it was
right.
all about a cult of serial killers that was based on like Edgar Allan Poe and stuff. And then Kevin Bacon was like the cop that was like trying to stop them and stuff. It was really bad, but
that idea
was
makes
entertaining.
sense.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon would do interviews and say, I'm a movie star. You have to understand the only reason I'm doing a Fox serialized television show is because I was the #1 ripped off, scammed victim of Bernie Madoff. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
He'll be
I
like,
didn't know.
you were? And he's like, yes, I lost my entire fortune. And now I'm stuck doing this. People are like, you're not saying nice things about your show. And he's like, I'm in hell. My life is horrible.
Yeah.
But I remember when that came out, it was kind of a big thing because it was like Kevin Williamson returning to TV to make The Following.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's in it. James
From the creator of
Purefoy plays the villain.
Scream.
Wow.
James Purefoy, that's right. Remember him?
Yeah. I
Hmm.
remember him from The Following.
Yeah. And
So-
of course, Mike's favorite movie, Knight's Tale, where he plays the king or nice guy who secretly likes to joust.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The guy who actually legitimizes him, right? I love A Knight's Tale. Go watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's kind of like A Knight's Tale.
That's right.
Night of the Nine Kingdoms.
Night of the Nine, correct, yeah. Well, it was 7 Screams. We're going to get to 9 eventually, I'm sure.
That's right, Mike.
Yeah, overall, I think I was very disappointed.
I think Dunk is the killer. Quiet, Egg. You don't know
You
nothing.
want to quote in the air?
Wait.
Get up, sir. I know you just got stabbed, but you need to get up.
What's your favorite scary folktale?
I re-listened to that episode because I really like Jacob's egg voice. It makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I love those guys. Little Dunk and Egg. Those are my guys.
I miss them
I miss 'em.
already.
I've been seeing
I
stuff
miss them. They're my
online.
best friends.
we're
I miss
crossing
them.
the universes.
They were at a hockey game together. It was very cute.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
They're doing stuff. They're shooting season 2 now because I was just looking at all the castings and stuff. So I'm very
I'm
excited.
trying to
for
get
it.
ahead of
Good that they're
the
doing that.
Yeah.
Back to the Scream 7, though. There's like a couple, there's one sequence that I like besides the opening. And it's when they're going through the wall and he's stabbing the wall, right? Like, I've kind of seen it before, but
Yeah.
the reason that exists is because of the dumbest decision ever. You're in a safe room and you're like, now let's go be unsafe. So like in the
Let's
sequence
go
in a
breathe
vacuum,
in
I
the
like
wall
it.
so that he can hear us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. If we're talking best kills, Mike, just describe
Now let's
the
do
drink
it.
machine. Now, please. Let's
Okay.
just like get into this, please.
Yeah.
So,
Well, go ahead.
well, what I wanted to have set this up essentially is I needed the mother at some point to be like, "You're not going to that party. I don't want you underage drinking." Right? And then later we get this payoff of at the bar, there's a London Brew looking pointy tower beer tap upon which he gets his head impaled to when his head leans forward from the weight, it pulls on the tap and blood and beer rush from his mouth.
His mouth becomes the fountain
tap.
through which the liquid comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but
crazy.
It's unbelievable because I don't think I don't think it would work that way. in real life.
How did the tap get in
I
there?
don't think it would either.
Yeah.
It's this kid Asa German or whatever the fuck you said his name is from Genevieve.
Genevieve.
And it's him, and then it cuts to a mannequin that they tried their best to make look like him
Mhm.
as the stuff is spewing out of his mouth. I mean, it is such a. I almost I'm almost impressed by how stylized it is. It's such a throwback to old school special effects in that it's kind of horrible.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
puppet.
To me, it's like a Terrifier kill, where it's like so over the top that it becomes comedic, which is like part of
Yeah.
what Terrifier is about. Um, yeah, it's like, but to me, it's like that's not what Scream kills are all about. Like this isn't like
If
a
you're
gory.
Gargamel, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
If you're
we've gotten so
Gargamel,
far away from what the originals are. Like these ghost faces are not my ghost faces. Okay, they are not doing it the right way.
In Scream 5, when Jack Quaid is sitting in a hospital room watching Netflix on his phone, and a shirtless ghost face in a gold mask is using a flamethrower and saying, "I'm gonna get you, bitch," and it comes up and says directed by Ryan Johnson, right? Like, and it's like
hmm
stab 6 or whatever it
Right.
is. And he's just shaking his head. We are at the point where that is what could happen in these movies. Like if
Yeah.
Ghostface got a flamethrower out in the end and was like, "I'm gonna burn you again" or something, I'd be like,
hmm
"Yeah, sure, absolutely."
things
To
are
me, it
heating
was
up.
this kill, and it was the ending when they kill Anna Camp, and she gets up again, and then Sydney and her daughter shoot her so many times that like her face falls off
Oh yeah.
because it's just like so gory that
It
like her
becomes
face.
Time Crisis. It becomes
Yeah,
House of the Dead 2 at the end of this,
they just
where they're
light
just
her up.
literally side by side
Full mag.
firing as many rounds in Area 52 or whatever that fucking other cabinet
Right.
Oh
was.
yeah, 51. Hell
Area
yeah.
50. Oh, Area 51. Yeah, classic. Um, and yeah, it's like these are so over the top. Like I don't know. It's just like to me, Scream is always somewhat grounded in reality, even with their violence and their kills and stuff. And now we're getting into over the top territory, which
Well,
I
like
don't love.
we have the
It
one in the
just sucked.
school where best friend is swinging on the ropes during the school play
On
and
the
they're just
harness and the
cutting her guts out
that one wasn't
literally.
so bad. Like that's realistic that she just slashed her and then all her guts fell out or whatever.
And I guess
Yeah.
to some degree though, let me just bring up Scream 1. Like there is a bit of a ghost face where they do like to have a presentation because they did have Drew Barrymore in the tree at one point. So it's not against
Yeah.
them, I guess, to create this little display of
No.
beer fountain. Ghost faces have done that, but it's too gory.
The callback that basically this film is building up to the Drew Barrymore kill, the first kill we see in this entire franchise, which is that they want our heroine to see that someone is in mortal peril and then perish. I thought that was very cool. It's not executed well, and I, again, don't like any of the kills, including the super crazy beer stout one. I don't really like it. It's insane, and I've never seen anything
Yeah.
like it, but I don't like it.
I don't like it in a Scream movie. And
No.
just all the kids are acting super dumb in the bar, and it's like, let's all separate right now. And it's like,
My mom said we're not supposed to be here, so we all snuck out and we're together. But let's split
Yeah.
up an underage drink. And it's like
Mhm.
if a descendant of Randy Meeks was there, she would be saying, "You are all about to be killed." Like now
That's
I
what
know that
they
it's
kind of
none of
are
you
saying
because
that.
you're so stupid. Yeah.
Like
Mm.
Mindy and Chad are saying that, but they just kind of ignore them anyways. And then like the one girl goes to check on the burnt pizza or whatever, and then they all split up and they all get killed. But it's all like, and then she stabs Chad by accident, right? Because he kind of comes up behind her. So even they're
Yep.
acting stupid. Like, why are you coming up
That's
behind
right.
someone?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
mistake. I forgot that it wasn't even Ghostface that hurts them. Well, Ghostface
Eventually.
slashes Mindy, but doesn't
Yeah.
stab Chad.
Chad.
No, Chad goes looking for her, and then also there's a lot of like loud noises and stuff in the kitchen and stuff, and like every character is just like not hearing like what's happening in the next room.
I just remember
And I
thinking,
don't know,
they're
it's
doing a
all
Jurassic
very
Park.
contrived.
Like with this kitchen scene. Like, yep, here they are.
Yeah.
I guess.
It all just feels so contrived to get them separated, and all the kids make the dumbest decisions. Even Tatum, it's like she's gonna run from that bar to like the coffee
cafe?
shop or whatever. She's like, I was so annoyed with the way she was running. I was like, stop stopping and like trying to go into different like stores and stuff. Like you can run away from Ghost. Like if you can outrun Ghostface,
Baby
then just
girl,
run.
I'm too far away to save you, so you gotta save yourself. the
Yeah, let me
gun
just pull up
vault
the
in my
video feed on
room
my phone.
that has 100 guns. And of course, I'm watching you from my panic room, and I am playing you with a PS5 controller, so I am in charge of your movements. Now, now the combination is your birthday. Now, get the semi-automatic rifle out of there and just start fucking opening on the whole shop, baby. I bought all these from gun shows, so they're unlicensed. Your father's a cop. I'm insane.
There's so many guns.
We're in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's really easy. Yeah.
I just go nuts.
I mean, it makes sense probably that she would have guns because
Yeah.
it's like crazy people keep trying to kill her.
Yes. She should have a grenade. I mean, she should have like, like it
she
should be
carrying
absurd.
at all times. Yeah.
This Beretta, it looks like whatever. It's got like titanium plated. Like it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's not standard.
She's
a gun collector.
She's the first person to be on the scene at the theater. She walks in, she just opens fire at Ghostface.
Yeah,
the police are alive. It's not like they say, shots fired, shots fired. Every cop comes out with their guns and they go, Cindy, we're here to protect you. Yeah, she is in front of them, firing shots. What did their reports say? Like, she has a conceal and carry license. She's allowed to open fire at a school.
Discharge.
Like, that's
her husband's
crazy.
the chief, so we'll let it
No,
fly.
she's not getting charged. We're leaving. I'd be like, I'm voting against you in the next election.
Yeah,
You are
police
like,
chief is
the
corrupt.
abuse of power is insane.
Small town police chief, you
know? Is this the sparkliest Ghostface has ever been? I'm not used to Ghostface being sparkly. His robes, are they usually sparkly? Did you guys notice that?
I feel like at one point he was. I feel like we made the revelation in like 3 where we were like, fucking Hollywood Ghostface is like got the sparkles,
got
baby.
glitter.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of
Father
threw me
Death.
off.
What did we remember when we discovered what the character's actual name is? Isn't it like Father Death, right?
For Ghostface?
In the canon universe of but even that, like the costume that Billy bought, don't we see the bag at one point and it says Father Death, right? We call him Ghostface, obviously.
Yeah.
I
like that. I like that Ghostface inspired a rapper.
Father Death, yeah.
Ghostface Killa.
Father Death, Ghostface Killa, of course. That's right. Old dirty bastard. Another great rapper.
Another great murderer. No, I'm just kidding. We love the Wu-Tang. Ghostface Killa. Yeah, Father Death's mass produced.
And as we discussed, like Ghostface
so weird.
Is one of like the most newest iconic horror movie guys we have.
Yeah.
You keep mentioning him, but obviously Terrifier really is the most recent successor.
Terrifier, yeah. He's a new one that's had a lot of success. Terrifier, another reference in Scary Movie, Terrifier reference in the trailer. So
and Megan too. M3gan.
How could you? Yo, Mike, and they get my girl fucking dancing in that movie. You know I'm excited, baby.
But she's another one of the modern icons.
Yeah, it looked dumb as hell. And the she, her.
It's the first thing that the first thing they do is an outdated pronoun joke, and I'm like, kind of groaning at that. I'm like, you're about 5 years too late, but I understand there hasn't been a new Scary Movie in a while.
But guess what? Then I see Anna Faris. Then I see my childhood crush Regina Hall, and I realize that everything is okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be okay.
I mean, I'll see it. You know, the Wayans.
Let me say this to you, my good man. We'll be doing an episode on it. So go ahead and get ready for when Jacob opens that episode going, okay, here's my ranking of Scream movies versus scary movies. Where we'll just like embed them all together. Yeah.
Is the parody series better than the main series? Ooh.
Right. I just think it's amazing that in 2026, I can go to the theater, see a new Scream movie, and in front of that movie, there's a trailer for a new Scary Movie.
That's so crazy.
What a time.
Everybody, of course, we keep dancing around, but the fact everyone loves is that, of course, Kevin Williamson's original title was Scary Movie.
That's right. Yep.
And the Scary Movies were based on Scream, among other things, but that was like the through line always with the Ghostface killer and everything.
What's up? Yep.
What's up?
Do you guys remember the timeline that Scream 2... The trailer was out. They made that movie so fast that Scream 2 came out like 9 months after Scream 1 or something. That Scary Movie, the first film, parodies Scream 1 and Scream 2, but it's only parodying stuff from the trailer.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Oh,
Because it
Damn.
wasn't
I
out
remember
yet.
the trailer.
It didn't have anything to grab onto.
Dang,
Right.
that's wild.
Do you think in the universe of Scream, where they have the Stab franchise, there's also a comedic parody franchise
Yeah.
of the
What
Stab
would it
movies?
be? It wouldn't be what would be the parody of Stab, Jacob? What would it be
Stabby movie.
called? Stabby movie.
Yeah. Slash.
Shanked. You guys get
Shanked.
slash
I like shanked.
shanked. Do you guys so
Shanked.
man, Shanked 4 though, man, when the directors change, that's my movie.
Yeah.
They're like, Randy, shut up.
It's
I
Warland
don't know, is
Mayon's
it a-
best work.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah, instead of the Wayans brothers, who is it, Mike? It's like the
Oh.
Baldwins. It's
It's
like
the Baldwins,
somehow
yeah.
the Baldwins were in charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing that we're getting scary? We're bringing back parody movies because the scary movies obviously birthed a whole line of like epic movie,
Not another
all these
teen
different
movie.
Terrible, yeah. Meet the
Meet the
Spartans. All these
Spartans.
I
terrible
like-
parody movies.
I like here's my toxic trait. I like Marlon Wayans. I like
Yeah.
Damon
Yeah.
Wayans. I like all the
You like
new
all the
ones.
Wayans,
Damon Wayans Jr. Like I like all like I love
New
the
Girl.
idea of just it coming back just for them.
No,
Big
same.
character in New Girl.
And they got
Yeah.
screwed by Weinstein
that
and
weird
company. They
football
stole the
movie.
franchise from them. So now they get to reprise the shit that they invented, you know. So I'm
Right.
happy for that.
Well,
Yeah.
the Zuckers were involved or whatever, right?
Well, that's what sucks about me. So the first two scary movies are the Wayans brothers. They're fine in my opinion. The third, when it's stolen from them and given to the guys who did Airplane, yes,
Yeah.
I love that film. And then 4, 5, and now obviously
That's it.
6, but 4 and 5 are Aaron Setzelberg and whatever their names are, but they are the Meet the Spartan guys, and that's why
they're
those
the
films
ones
are
that made
dog shit.
30
Mhm.
million terrible movies that just got worse.
Date
and worse.
movie, epic movie, yeah, they did all those films.
Chris Evans, though,
Right.
not another teen movie, debuting. Well, early movie for him before
Yeah.
Captain America.
That's
That's right.
right. That's right. I love Not Another Teen Movie, dude. That's a legit classic, dude.
But those other ones, Meet
Chris
the
Evans
Spartans, pretty bad.
Chris Evans was in a movie called The Perfect Score. That was about him trying to cheat a test and get the perfect score by like breaking in and like getting the answers or whatever. And Scarlett Johansson was also in that movie,
Mhm.
so they were in that
Yeah,
movie
and-
together before.
yeah,
the
and
Whoa.
interview.
If you ask teenage Colin, 13-year-old Colin about that film, he would say, "Oh, the movie where you see
Oh,
Scarlett
yeah.
Johansson's panties." Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's
Nice.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
remember that
Perfect
film.
Score, the film I can recite line by line, Jacob. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. For that scene alone, I
well,
give it
check
a
out The
perfect score.
Score.
Yep. Unfortunately, I do, my friend.
So
So
I've just
we're
I've
circling
cracked the
stuff.
script
Yeah,
is
we're
where
on
I'm
the
at.
plot here.
yeah.
Oh, keep going. Great.
I've just cracked it. Here's how you do this. Like I said, it's a movie being made not because it should, but because it had to be, right? So to motivate the killers, we want to do the AI thing. You have somebody deep faking people into these horrible scenarios that they don't want to get blackmailed over. So I'm going to release this shit of this deep fake I made unless you go and attack Sydney. And then it's like the AI is used as a blackmail tool to entice the killers to enact murders against their will. That's how you do it.
That's
the danger of
interesting.
deep fake.
I like that, Mike. I counter with this is a Paramount franchise. What if the entity from Mission Impossible was making them be ghosts?
The
Yes,
entity is doing it because then
What
it's
if it was
super AI.
the entity? The
So then
whole
Ethan comes
time?
to save Sydney.
We got to
You're
stop
thinking,
you guys.
You're thinking, Colin. He's kept on the super USB drive that Luther made. Well, guess what? He got out.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
We got to stop the entity. Remember Joe Biden saw those movies and was like,
Remember,
folks, we got to stop the entity.
Jacob? What
He
you
wasn't
just asked
wrong.
is, remember when our president got scared?
He
Remember
saw a
when our
Tom Cruise
president
movie.
saw a movie and
That's
he had a bad dream?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those movies are
Oh, the
important
entity.
because they're warning to the dangers of AI taking over the world.
hey, Jack, I was having my 4th ice cream cone of the day. Hey, about this AI stuff. That's crazy, Jack. Yes, we've all heard of it.
Sometimes
then
you
the
gotta
CIA
trick your president by showing him a fictional movie to get him scared about a real life
What
thing.
the hell? Have you guys heard of Santa Claus? What's that guy doing?
Secret Service is like, we need you to extract his copy of Terminator 2 from his room. Do not let him see that film.
This guy is gonna have a stroke. We gotta
Yeah.
protect him.
We gotta stop Skynet, folks.
We need to take Eagle
I'm
Eye out of his
scared.
rotation.
Jacob, I'm scared. It's Skynet. It's Eagle Eye Mike. Help.
I would rather
need
have
to
that
show
guy in
Trump.
office.
We need to show Trump Mission
Yeah.
Impossible so you can get
The
scared about the entity too.
The scared adult.
No, he loves AI because he gets to win the gold
Better than
medal
the
for
scary
hockey.
adult. Yeah.
Trump's
Right.
all in on it.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
won, dog. He did it. We watched the video.
Yeah.
That guy broke his tooth.
What is there anything else you want to talk about? We've pretty much we've gone through the plot. It's not like Jacob said, it's so or Mike, you said it, you don't remember any of it. Like, and
Not
as
really.
I said, it's so boring that the whole time you're just like, yeah,
It is kind of boring.
Oh, we get that one
And it's
scene where it's like,
because
it's
I
not...
care about. Sorry, I was just gonna say because I care about none of the characters that it makes it less interesting because I don't care when they die, like all the friends. You know?
Scream 1, the cast works, you get invested, even though they kill the biggest build star in the first 12 minutes as a psych out, like you buy into that friend group and you're invested, right? That doesn't happen here. And to go back to the AI thing, it's Stu Macher, but then we get in that one room where it's like, it's also the lady from Scream 3 and Rowan, and it's, we're deep faking Dewey.
Lori
It's like,
Metcalf.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That was just like an excuse to bring back remember this person from this movie? We got him back for
How is
like
it-
5 seconds.
You can
How is
say
it
that on a
not
blog.
Yeah. How's it not fucking Sabrina Carpenter? Why is it Jimmy Tatro? How is it not like the biggest
That's the other thing.
celebrity
It's like,
in the world?
the intros to these movies used to have like big stars, and that's kind of the joke is that they would have like insanely like famous people that they won't die in the beginning of the movie, and that's kind of like
Right.
what the funny like Drew Barrymore in the first one. And this one it's like, two actors that you don't really know, like Jimmy Tatro.
I have no idea who
some
that girl
comedy
is.
fans might know.
I don't know
She
either
was
of
in
them.
like one of those Yellowstone spin-offs, which apparently
No.
both her and the daughter Tatum, Isabel May, was
Mhm.
in. She was in 1883, and then
Wow.
Paramount.
one of the
Tatum was?
one of those Taylor
Mhm.
whatever his name is shows,
Sheridan.
and Taylor Sheridan, and then the other. So the girlfriend in the beginning. Why can't I find? Oh, Michelle Randolph was in 1923 and Landman. Oh, that's right. Okay, she was in Landman, which is another one of those
Goddamn,
Taylor
Jacob.
Sheridan shows.
It shows you how out of touch, and again, just how many separate bubbles there are now for television and just pop culture in general, that there's not the monoculture.
Mhm.
That how did I not even consider that some of these stars are from fucking Yellowstone, one of the biggest TV shows. in the
Not even
world.
Yellowstone, like the Yellowstone spin-offs.
The bad shitty
Yeah.
fucking
The
Wow.
Taylor
spin-offs,
Sheridan
yeah.
verse. My mom loves Landman though. My mom and stepdad watch Landman. They're like,
Sure.
keep telling me to watch it. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Jacob,
Billy
have you
Bob
heard of
Thornton
Billy
oil
Bob
show.
Thornton? Yeah.
But good for them.
Are those
And then,
Paramount shows?
Yes, those
Okay,
are Paramount
so-
shows. Yeah, until
the
they
family.
bungled their Taylor
Jenna
Sheridan
Ortega's a
relationship.
big Paramount actress. Like, again, they very much stay in the CBS house of
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Soon it'll be the Warner Brothers Paramount universe.
The Ellison verse. I don't
but
know.
The thing is with Paramount is Taylor Sheridan, they had an exclusive contract where he was making all these different shows. He left to sign a bigger contract with like Amazon or something, so they don't even have Taylor Sheridan anymore. So anyways,
Taylor Sheridan's going to do an exclusive Lord of the Rings spin-off about mining operations of the dwarves.
Jacob, I think it's worse. Isn't it like Peacock, which very much will not be like a
Peacock.
streaming service in like 6 months?
What do you mean? We got to get Ted season 3.
Oh,
Oh,
we will
shit.
be doing an episode on Ted.
I forgot that was a show.
Jacob's the threats. Jacob doesn't realize that when he brings these things up, I can instantly go, "Oh yes, we will be talking about that."
Much like this movie, we
That
have
seems
to
like
do the
every-
episode. We don't want to. Now we have to. Yeah.
We
We have
have to.
Everything's so up in the air with, again, the recent news of. So obviously everyone's heard about this, but Netflix was going to buy WB. Now Paramount upped their offer. Netflix withdrew. So now Paramount's going to buy Warner Brothers. So HBO, Paramount Plus, is it going to become one app? Who knows? CNN, CBS, like it's funny because Warner Brothers is a much bigger company than Paramount, like in terms of valuation. They're actually buying a larger company. So Warner
and billions of dollars in debt, both companies.
Yeah, David Zaslav's going to make like $800 million for pulling off this deal when he's the one who fucking ruined WB in the first place and got lucky that someone wanted to buy it. So, so it's going to become Warner Mount or whatever the fuck.
Mount.
So hopefully that doesn't affect all my favorite shows on HBO. But,
Para Bros, yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen with the DCU? Who knows what's going to happen with anything?
Yeah.
But Scream 7.
That's pretty much Scream 7, I'd say. Yep.
Are we going to do a Lanterns episode?
Of course we are, Colin.
We have to.
Favorite show.
Yeah, wow.
It's
going to be the last DCU property. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When he finally, when the last 5 minutes are him going, I'm a Green Lantern.
We got to do, that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, we'll do Lanterns, and then we'll do Alien Earth Season 2 so we can get the Chandler back-to-back
right
action, yeah.
But by the way, Alien Earth, the cast and actor from Alien Earth in Night of the Seven Kingdoms Season 2, it's going to be great. Babu Sise.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that quote from George R. R. Martin where he was like, they wanted to call the show Dunk and Egg, and I said, that's a sitcom like Laverne and Shirley. That's stupid.
But that's what he named the book series. Like, that's what they're called, the Tales of Dunk and Egg originally. So, and everyone just calls it Dunk and Egg now anyways, but that's all
you know. I just call this Ghost and Face.
Yeah. Scream 7. There's something else I was going to ask about it, but I can't remember.
Well, let's jump to final thoughts while you
let's see if it comes back to you,
Jacob, and wrap things up here as the Ghostface Killer.
Hit with a blast of a hype verse. I've done worse. I can't remember the rest of his thing from that, but yeah. Ghostface hit with a blast of a hype verse. I've done worse. Leaving a hearse. Oh man, it's so close. Anyway,
I'll say the one rap lyric I always say.
Tough like an elephant tusk.
Challenges my knowledge of hip hop. I'll say protect your neck.
Yo.
That's the only line that I'll say when somebody says, "Oh, do you know anything more than that?" I'll say, "Yes, protect your neck."
Very good. Useful advice in a Scream movie.
In a Scream film, protect your neck.
And
we are back talking useful advice here on Scream 7. Scream 7. That's just what this motherfucker is called, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Scream 7. That's what it should be called, because the only one that fucked up was 5 that called it Scream, which I just call it Scream 5. Okay, you don't need to be doing the Scream. We're resetting the.
You could put the V stylistically on the poster in the M, but
yeah,
they bring it up in the movie though.
Do they?
It's relevant.
Yeah, they're like Halloween is called Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Dumb too.
Yeah. That is.
It
dumb.
is 2018.
I don't like movies in the same franchise that we're just going to use the original title again. Like, I don't like
the whole thing. They're making fun of that they say we hate,
but they still did it for real.
Fuck, that was what Scream 5 was about. Okay, I'm back to liking it. That it's called that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But Scream 7.
Here's what I want to say, guys. I think maybe this is a good jumping off point for final thoughts here. Is that future of this franchise? What do we do? Because they're going to make another one because this one made a bunch of money, front loaded. We'll see how much it ends on. But of course, there is the backlash that people are like, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
What do you, in a film that is meta, we've had the Lego sequel, we've had the everything, blah, blah. Would you guys ever consider?
Yeah.
But there's one, Jacob. There's one that they haven't. The reboot. Do you reboot Scream? Is that kind of the only card that they have left?
That's kind of what 4 was about. 4 was about remakes, basically. And
like legacy sequels.
Remake the original. But 5 was legacy sequels. I think 4 was more.
But it also has Nev Campbell in it. I'm talking about a new actress straight up playing a young Sidney Prescott, and that's kind of like it's
in the. You couldn't do that, I don't think, with Scream, because it's a whole universe that's all connected. Like every movie in this universe is connected.
Jacob, It's something they dance around in that's kind of not true, in that they did the MTV series
I was gonna say.
Scream, where the first two
That's right.
seasons
That's not
is
considered
about
canon.
Brendan James, a different killer, and then the third season is Ghostface, where they go, actually, this has been a Scream show the whole time. Now they dance around it in that that's not exactly Scream, in that there's not exactly a character who's like, I'm Sidney Prescott. What I am pitching to you guys is, would they ever do a full-on, this is a reboot of Scream, this is Billy Loomis, this is Stu Macher, we mess with the formula somehow?
I don't think they should.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's not how Hollywood operates.
Whether
Is
they
that what
will
we
or
should
not,
do?
I don't know. I think
I don't know.
What else do you do?
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
how
like
much?
for
What
Scream
else do
8
you
or
do?
9.
What else do you do?
Well, now that they've established this family setup with, you got Joel McHale, the husband, you got the daughter. Obviously, the daughter is going to become the new Sidney Prescott, in that I think she'll take over as the main character, which is kind of what Sam was in 5 and 6, right? Sam and Tara.
That was gonna.
But
Yeah.
she's the new Sidney. So next movie is Tatum
She also
in
goes to
college,
college. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We do Scream
it's
6 again.
a parent of one of these kids that got killed. That it's these like, truly, what do you?
Her
do?
boyfriend's
There's
mother.
no
I don't know,
fresh
because they've
angle.
covered. That's the problem with it. There's no fresh angle even before this one.
Right.
And that's the problem with this movie, is that the killers are like, the reveal of everything is bad. Like, it doesn't make sense. Oh, I didn't even. I want to.
Why
talk
you do
about,
that? Why do you do that? Why you do
Obviously,
that?
to
Why
make
you do
money,
that?
right? But
Which
Why
they
do
did.
that?
They
Don't
made
do
money.
that.
yeah, obviously, money is their biggest profit motive. So they will
Spyglass
continue to keep
Media?
making these.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I say, hey, you know what? Bring back Sam and Tara.
Yes.
Probably would never happen because of
Is that
what
like
happened, but
the only card they have to play is that those character cross again? They've met each other already. They did it in 5. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck does it matter?
right. Yeah, I don't know where they go from here.
I really hated this movie. I don't know, man.
Thinking about it, I kind of
What would
hated
you
it. Yeah.
star ranking Letterbox, Jacob?
I don't know. It's lower than any of the other Scream movies for me. I think the lowest I've
thinking-
had at this point is like 2.5. So it's going to be 2
Wow.
or lower.
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1. I think this is a 1-star movie. Mike?
Yeah. Maybe 1.5, but it can't go any higher than that.
Mike,
I didn't-
will you can you off the cuff do your rankings?
Yeah.
My rankings off the cup. My guess would be 1, 2,
5s.
5, 6, 4, 3, 1, or 3, 7.
You have 5 and 6.
You've got 3
so high.
low. That's crazy. That's awesome, Mike.
I like
That's-
5 and
that's
6 a
wild
lot.
list.
So I go, 1, 2, 5, 6, 4, 3, 7. I think that's all of them.
Okay. 2,
Or too low. Yeah.
2,
have 2
4,
1. You have 2 first.
2, 4, 1,
Okay.
5, 3, 6, 7. 6, 7.
Pretty,
6, 7.
pretty similar to mine.
Nice, Rick.
Okay, I'll give you mine just to remember as a reminder.
Just refresh us here. Yeah.
1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 7.
There we go.
Okay, 6, 7.
Go, motherfucker. There we go.
Almost the
motherfucker.
same, except we have the same top 3,
Yeah.
but in different order. and
Yes,
then
but different.
after
And
that,
I just
same
think 2 is a fucking masterpiece. I think that is one of the best sequels, not
Mhm.
even a horror sequels that a film has ever made.
Yeah.
2 is great. I mean, those are the top 3 for me for sure. Colin, you like 5 better than 6?
I can't remember anything in
Because I was
fucking
looking
6.
on-
At least 5 I remember, dog. I don't know.
I was
6
looking on
has that ladder
Letterboxd to remember what
sequence.
I gave each one
Yeah.
that I reviewed, and you have 6 rated higher than 5 on
That's
Letterboxd.
insane. 5 has Richie in it. I will be so
Mhm.
all
5 has
listeners know
Jack Quaid and Oscar
My-
winner Mikey Madison.
the comment I will be putting on my Scream list is Jacob pointed out that I've done an insane mistake. 5 has Jack Quaid in it. So
Jack Quaid and Honora. Come on.
I do think 5 is better than 6. I think the last 3, each one has gotten worse in terms of like 6 is worse than 5, 7 is worse than 6.
Do you remember in 5 the weirdo scumbag who plays Stu Macher's nephew, who's got like a dirty mustache and smokes and like revs his car?
He also has a flannel.
For some reason, I like
red herring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that character more than I like any character in this movie, and he is not a character.
Why is everyone related to someone from the original movie?
It's like the Halloween movies, though. You know, it's the new ones.
Yeah. Why is Billy Loomis's daughter friends with Randy Meeks's nephew and niece? I don't know.
Because it has to be. Why do anything?
Why do anything? You know what? That's a good point. I wanted to mention
go ahead.
One thing I didn't mention about the ending, when they go back to the house and there's all those, like you said, all those AI people playing on all the different screens of their house, and it keeps like cutting to different ones. Like, what was that all about? That was so dumb.
And they're all the killers, right?
Yeah, it was like Scott Foley from the third one.
It's Scott Foley, yes.
Yeah.
They also brought Dewey just to
like,
whatever.
But
and Dewey. Yeah, right. But it's like, how did the killer set that up so that it's playing on every screen in their house as they walk around? He's
Alexa.
Gargamel is a hacker.
There's so much tech stuff in this that doesn't make any sense.
He used to work for Google, okay? It said it textually.
Amazon Echo.
He's like a bald orderly at a mental institution now, but he used to work at Google.
It's like some people got train sets. He just likes electronics. That's what he's good at, you know. He just does that all day.
My coding is going so well, mother. I'm punking that woman who I met who wants me to torture a book writer. Why are you doing that?
He probably has a crush on that lady too, and he thinks like, if I murder these people, maybe like she'll go on a date with me. Yeah. I'm sure she's leveraging that.
Incel. Like, something is going on.
You already had an incel. Jack Quaid was an incel. That was his whole.
It's not as pointed as that. But the incel stuff in 5 is good. It's good. Agree.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Jack Quaid could have just been like he was dating Sam in 5. Yeah. He could have just been a normal person.
There's a moment into that scheme where I would have shot Mikey Madison and been like, "Baby, I saved you." Like and just like lived that life. It's like, what is at that point, like, what does it matter to you about these movies? It's like, I don't know, dog. Like, everything worked out for you.
It's like, maybe real life is more important than the movies. Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I changed my mind.
Yeah. In terms of killer reveals, I don't think they're ever going to trump the first one with Billy and Stu. No. And Stu basically being in love with Billy. And you know what? Bring Matthew Lillard back for real. That'll be the next one. The reveal is actually Stu did survive the whole.
Oh no!
It's actually scary that you even said that out loud, and I think you should be punished for giving a studio that idea, Jacob.
So back to where I'm saying I like 5 and 6 more than you guys. That was an idea. What do you do next? Again, it's never going to happen, but it's always the trauma of the survivor, and I keep getting attacked. How about the trauma of I'm the daughter of a serial killer? Am I one? Like. That's an idea.
Yeah.
Does she become an avenging Ghostface for good? Like, that's an idea. Where she has to be like, well, I'm killing bad guys like Dexter, but like, I'm still killing people. Is this okay? I don't know. There's an idea there.
There's a chance. Pretty much the only thing this film has going for it is there's a chance I will rewatch those newer ones to be like, what was the plot of those?
And where could we have gone besides this one? Yeah. Like, where could it have gone besides 7? That's where I'm at.
Well, obviously, so the next one is Tatum goes to college. She goes into a class one day. It's a young professor named Sam Carpenter.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sam is her
psychology crime 101. They start
doing vigilante stuff at night, and they're like, we got to stop like more Ghostface killers from happening. So they team up. They become a vigilante team that's out there killing ghost faces before
their names are Ghost and Face.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And they know how to use guns because, Sydney's going to train them up. They'll go visit Sidney Prescott to get trained up on their firearms.
She's the man in the chair.
Yes. She's the man in the chair. Okay. Yeah. I think we got some.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing it all full circle.
Mm-hmm.
No, this will work.
Um,
She's never going to come back to play Sam Carpenter, but if you could,
They
that's
have this place that they call the Bat Cave. It's just where they go back to. It's not. It
Right,
doesn't
right.
infringe
Dress
on
up in
anything. It's just
costumes.
where they.
No, you use
Yeah.
that Ghostface place in New York as the Ghost Cave. Like that's their base of operations. They chill in the Ghost
Right.
Cave.
Yeah.
Or you bring back, I don't know, any movie. I just want them to bring back Melissa Barrera, which I know it's not going to happen.
I
but
know.
bring her back as a villain. And it's like she fully lost her mind and became a Billy Loomis.
You fired
And
me
now
from
it's
that last
Tatum
movie, and
versus
now I'm
her.
evil.
What?
Yeah.
We were all so on the Hayden Panettiere train. Why
Yeah.
did she have to get thrown out with the bathwater? Why can't
Well,
she
she's
be in this film?
doing FBI stuff somewhere. She could still come back.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I
Kirby.
guess.
Kirby is.
Yeah, Kirby, the FBI.
I know.
agent.
Honey, I think we need this evidence is too big for me, local cop. I think we need to send it to Kirby and the FBI.
Joe
Don't
McHale
worry,
called
Kirby.
Kirby.
I just got the sample. Like it would be truly that simple.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do that for 8 or 9.
Jacob, how dare you? How dare
Yeah.
you?
Look, you think they're not going to make an 8 and 9? Because I'm telling you right now, they
It
will.
made money. Here's the thing. Everything about this movie is stuff. It's decisions you make so you can put it into the marketing. We brought back the original screenwriter. We brought back Matthew Lillard.
Right.
Check this out. We got
That's
David
all it was.
Arquette.
If
It's all a PR exercise to save
whole thing is
face after
PR.
what happened. Yeah.
If you
And it
told me
worked.
this was a Redbox original and they were still making Redbox original movies, here's a very scary thought. Is there going to just become a time where these just become direct to streaming films? Like, is there really even just a point to putting these fucking things in
There's got to
theaters
be
anymore?
something.
Well, they made a
sacred
lot of
about
money.
the Scream franchise. You know? I don't know.
Man.
The biggest thing they could do is like kill off Nev Campbell at some point, kill off Courtney Cox.
Kill off
that's the-
who?
Kill off the alien.
You want them to hurt E.T.? That's insane, dog. That's
Own
horrible.
home.
That creature that they have star in these films,
no.
that's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. But that would be the big thing is killing off Sidney Prescott, and then Tatum, like that really radicalizes Tatum because they kill off her mom, maybe her dad too. Sorry, Joel McHale.
Make it random. Make Mindy the bad guy in the next one. Like it doesn't
cracked
matter at
after
this
4
point.
movies.
Like
Yeah,
they all just get all these characters a payday at this point.
right.
Yeah. Our main characters
know.
are
I don't know.
Mindy and Chad because they've been in the last 3. They have had the most
They've survived
consecutive
longer than Randy. Like,
appearances.
Randy died in the second movie, and somehow Mindy and Chad have not been killed.
Yeah. Randy got stabbed like one time too.
Yeah, he got pulled into a van.
Oh, that's right. We don't even see it. Yeah.
That's a good sequence though. Ish.
It's great. It's great. Jamie Kennedy is great in those first 2 movies or 3 movies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I hate AI, right? And this movie's about, whoa, look out AI, but like maybe AI would have made a better script for this. I'm saying that facetiously. I don't really mean that sincerely, but I'm just trying to dog on how bad the movie was. Yeah.
But Ready or Not 2,
Do you,
there was a trailer for that in front of this movie. It looked better
I
than
was
this
gonna
movie.
say, do we have any last positives? And for you, Jacob, is it the trailers?
The trailers were good.
Go see this because of the
There's,
trailers.
I said, honestly, I'm not really a fan of the Scream franchise, but the popcorn buckets were fucking sick for this movie. I saw a shit ton of cool ones.
Oh, look
There
them
was
up.
let me tell you some other trailers. There was Undertone, which is a horror movie about sound, I think. It's about
don't know
an
what that
audio
means.
pod. It's about
I don't know.
a
I don't like
podcast.
what you're saying. I don't like any of the words you're saying.
There's one called Hokum that was advertised as like the producers of Weapons. It's like, I think it's like an A24 or a neon horror movie.
Mm.
Then there's the
Neon
Robert
doing a
Pattinson
low-budget
and
horror?
Zendaya. Robert Pattinson and Zendaya doing the drama for A24. There's one called Passenger, which looked very spooky and scary. Just lots of horror movies. I was like, there's a lot of horror movies coming out soon or whatever.
Isn't something like
and then Ready or
horror
Not
being...
2, yeah.
No, I thought I saw something on maybe I'm misquoting, but there's like horror movies being big as a recession indicator. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw something like that. Like that's just kind of what happens.
I mean,
Well, it's always
It's
like,
about our
that's when
fears
all eyes
about
will
the
be
world
on
around
me.
us, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
it's a reliable money-making genre in a time that it's hard to make
Built-in
money.
audience.
Yeah, I mean, you had
And they're
Weapons,
cheap
you
to
had
make.
Sinners last year. You've had so many of these original horror movies coming out and like being big hits, so they're trying to capitalize on that. That's what Undertone is like advertised as, like it's the scariest movie you'll ever hear.
Hmm.
It's all audio.
Go in with
based,
your
you see.
eyes closed.
And listeners can't hear me shaking my head, but
Yeah. Hokum was like about some witch or something too. It seemed like it was trying to capitalize
got
on
some witch or something.
Hokum
Saw a
pokum.
trailer for like a witch or something. Oh, that's like so scary sounding.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like a witch or something. I don't know.
Well, Weapons
Some
really brought
spooky,
witches
scary
back
stuff.
bigly, you know?
Oh, did you see the trailer? Not the new Mummy that's coming out, the Brendan Fraser Mummy, but there's another one called Lee Cronin's Mummy, which is like, first of all, bold to have someone something that no one knows who the person is. But it looks like an exorcism movie, but it's about a mummy, so it's a scary mummy movie instead of a adventure type of movie.
No Tom Cruise in this Mummy.
Can you imagine
Tom
if I
Cruise.
started signing things? Colin Brooks's The Blank.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Yeah.
good strategy to advertise yourself. You know, John
Is it?
Carpenter did it, but usually you have to become a name that people know
Right.
before you start doing it. You can't just be some guy that did like
It's the guy who
one.
made hey, or what was that movie about that like chip that that was kind of like Venom, the kind of like
It's
it's not called Haywire. What the fuck was that called? That movie was
Haywire.
great.
Upgrade?
Upgrade.
Hey,
Mike,
okay,
he
there we
made
go.
Upgrade.
I didn't even have to type it in.
And he made Evil Dead Rise, so he's the Evil Dead Rise guy.
There's another horror franchise that has no bad entries.
Was he really?
There's not a bad
that?
Evil Dead, right? I'm
No,
just
I guess
saying,
not.
horror movies that have no misses. There's no bad ones in
Yeah.
Evil Dead. Maybe ones you like more than others, but there's no bad ones.
Even Ash
Yeah,
vs.
that's
Evil
fair.
Dead, the TV show. If you ever saw that, it was fun.
I still got to watch that. but yeah. Anyway, I like
He
Rise.
made
as well.
Evil Dead
Campbell has
Rise.
cancer.
Lee Cronin's
know.
The Mummy. There's a one called coming out, Evil Dead Burn.
That
which
he's
a
doing?
producer. No, he's just an executive
Oh,
producer.
I liked Rise.
Yeah, Rise was good, but the
Got Colby from One
trailer
Piece
for
in it.
Lee Cronin's Mummy just made it look like it's an exorcist. It looks like an exorcist movie, but it's mummy themed, I guess.
Is there a director that could get you excited for a new Scream film?
Bring Wes Craven back to life.
Zach
John
Kreger's
Carpenter out of
Scream.
retirement.
Yeah,
Zach
Zach
Kreger's
Kreger.
Scream.
But I don't even
He's
want
good
him
at
to
a
do
third
that.
act
I want him to make
twist.
I
original
don't
movies.
want him to do.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do that.
No, he's doing Resident Evil anyway, but if the reveal of who they are in the third act is a big deal, Kreger's good at a weird third act. Yeah, so maybe.
Right.
But I want him to do original stuff. I'm with you guys, but that's just a name that I think might be successful in that space.
And like Tyler Bettinelli and those guys, like they're good.
What, the Talk to Me
Jordan
guys?
Peele
Better not.
takes over as producer. Like, how about that?
Ryan
Jordan
Coogler's
Peele takes over as
Scream.
producer. Yeah, God.
Did he do it?
You don't,
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, I don't want any of these people to be doing Scream movies because I'd rather them be doing something else that's probably better than like a Scream movie.
Yeah, I
Twilight
think
Zone?
the weakest elements of Sinners film is the horror element. So I don't know
Yeah.
that Ryan Coogler could pull it off. I don't know.
But the
I
cast
wouldn't even
is
say it's a
important.
horror movie necessarily. It's more
No, it's
of
an
a-
action movie.
An action
Yeah.
movie with
Yeah,
horror elements.
Yeah.
Speaking
Everybody's
of
getting
Sinners,
action in
like
that movie.
just to mention because the Oscars are happening soon. Late surge for Sinners. Late surge for Michael B. Jordan over
I'm excited,
Chalamet.
man. Yeah,
I don't agree with it though. Chalamet should be winning Best
it's
Actor.
interesting.
I still haven't
No offense
watched
to Michael B.
I don't
Jordan.
know.
Supreme.
He's good in the movie, but
Yeah, I haven't watched Marty. I don't know, Doug.
no. Timothy Chalamet should be winning the Oscar. If not him, it should be Wagner Moura or something. It should not be. No offense to Michael
Wow.
B. Jordan, but
Dual role
just
Michael
because
B.
he's playing
Jordan?
two parts doesn't mean-
a handsome, beautiful man. I should be winning,
Wagner
Jacob.
Moura.
Wagner Moura, I like him a lot. it just seems like because he's playing two parts, people are like, oh, like he's doing two parts. Like, okay, it's not that impressive. Like he's good in the movie, but I wouldn't say he's best actor Oscar material. Like nominated, yes. Win, I don't know. And I like Michael B. Jordan, but so
Where's
no offense.
fucking Lindsay Lohan's Oscar, bitch.
Yeah, right. And then also Sinners over One Battle After Another for Best Picture. I would not be happy if that happened.
Wow.
Personally.
I mean, Sinners
Even
was
though
my
I
number
like
one
Sinners.
movie of the year. Go back and listen to that episode. That was my number one. So I'm pretty high on it. But I could see the argument being
One
made, but I
Battle
want,
was
I want,
my
I want
number
Best
one.
Picture.
See, here's the thing. Sinners was my number two.
Right.
You want Sinners?
Wow.
I do want Sinners. I like One
What was
Battle a
your number
lot.
one?
I forgot.
You like Sinners?
guys
I love
Sinners.
it. I love it.
You like Sinners, boy? I love it.
Sinners
boy.
was my number two, and One Battle was my number
I
one.
think it's
but
my
I'd
number
still
4 or something. I love it. Yeah,
I'd
you
still
guys-
be
yeah.
upset if Sinners wins over One Battle. I will
Should I
not be
rewatch
happy.
Sinners tonight? Movies rule.
I need to
I've seen
rewatch
movies
it twice.
suck,
I've
but
seen
One
movies
Battle and
rule.
Sinners to
That's
get a
awesome.
definitive. Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen 28 Years Later twice.
Do you think
My top
this will
three.
be the worst movie you see this year?
Ooh. Ooh.
You're really underestimating bad. Like, there's going to be bad movies this year that I.
But are there
would
ones that we
what's
have
the
to
next
see?
piece of shit coming up? Yeah, that we're gonna do, or like, cover or something.
maybe not for the podcast, but I'm sure I'll see a bad movie
The people that
at some point this year.
that
Mandalorian Grogu.
Maggie Gyllenhaal Frankenstein movie, people say it's horrible. Mike,
People say
is Scream 7 going to be better than Mandalorian and Grogu? A
That's the
very
bar.
Fair
Oh, no.
question.
Two movies that don't need to exist but
Um,
have to exist. Yeah.
right. And Colin, what you're saying about The Bride,
Mhm.
interesting because Jessie Buckley, people say she's pulling a Norbit. So Eddie Murphy did Norbit right after doing this movie that he was Oscar nominated for. People thought he was going to win. He didn't end up winning. And people say that could have been because Norbit came out and tainted people's
Dreamgirls.
Yeah, Dreamgirls, right? Tainted him in people's eyes. So now Jessie Buckley, who's like the most shoe-in of all the categories right now in Oscar, is Best Actress for Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. People are saying, "Oh, I hope she's not Norbiting herself because The Bride, which is she plays Frankenstein's bride. Christian Bale plays Frankenstein in this movie. It's
He does
getting
a voice.
bad reviews. It's like Joker
Mhm.
2 level of people saying like, what were they thinking with this movie? So it's getting compared to Joker 2, which is never a good
Yikes.
thing.
No, you don't like to hear that.
I haven't seen it, but directed by
neither.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Did we do a Joker 2 episode?
No.
Is that the
No.
worst movie we've ever covered? Okay, that's good.
We didn't
I'm
do
really
that one.
I
impressed,
haven't even
actually.
seen that. Yeah.
Sometimes, listeners, we do have good taste. So
What
fuck
is
you.
the worst one
That's
we've ever
right.
done? What's the worst movie we've ever done?
That's
I
right.
wonder?
Have you guys seen Hamnet at all?
I've
No.
not,
I
seen
have not
that,
seen
no.
it. It's on Peacock now.
My
so I was
mom
like-
hated it.
Okay.
It's on Peacock, so I was like, should I watch Hamnet before the Oscars just to
I guess
complete
I
my,
should.
watching all the.
I
Best
don't really
Picture
like
movies.
Chloe Zhao movies. I really did not like The Eternals.
I'm an
Hmm.
Eternals defender. Bring back the Eternals. That's what we need in 2026. Bring back
I don't know.
Kingo. Bring
I don't
back all these characters. Bring back Jon
When-
Snow, the human.
When Kingo and Platypus teamed up with Ghostface, though, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Kumail Nanjiani got super jacked for that movie for nothing. That's what you're telling me. He like changed his entire diet and training
Bone
regimen
structure.
for no reason.
That's
They got to be
this
in
is the
Fallout.
last thing I want to talk about. Then this is because That's true. That's true, Mike. We texted a little bit about this off pot, but Jacob, it's so funny that you say that. I was thinking about Kumail recently because I just watched The Iron Claw, and of course we dragged that when that movie came out about what Zac Efron did to himself
Oh,
and
yeah.
his body and his face.
Mhm.
There
Yeah.
is a toxic masculinity that goes untalked about. And there's the body dysmorphia stuff that's really brought on by the superhero genre, seeing like fucking Captain America's body be like this huge yoked thing, seeing Paul Rudd get like ripped, like this
Mhm.
gross stuff that goes on. But of course, I am talking about the other side, which is the hair. Men's battle now with hair and the
Talk about it with
obsession
Joel
of
McHale.
not going
Mhm.
bald. And Jacob, we texted off podcast about Joel McHale, who I love.
He was
We
very
talked about The
open
Soup.
about
it. Yeah.
We haven't mentioned it on this. He is
Yeah.
the most open actor in Hollywood. I watched a full podcast with him where he's like, this is the doctor I used. I don't go to Turkey. I got it
Spent,
all
like,
done in
over
California and America.
$10,000.
I spent over $10,000. I am completely bald. There's no hair on my head otherwise. I got this for confidence. I got this because I know when I look in the mirror that I'm a man who is supposed to have hair, which is
Well,
it's
he
one of
wants
those
to be a leading man. It's like, if
He-
you want to be a
it's-
leading man type actor, you have to have a certain look, and if you have the charisma to
Yes.
pull it off, you can. But he was starting as early as Community, because if you look at him in the Soup, early Soup, and then you look at him in Community, it's like clearly he had some work.
He was
done.
wearing a toupee on Community.
Oh.
He's come out and said, and
Oh, I didn't know
has
that.
since gotten all this stuff done. Now, I bring this up because Jacob, there's a vanity tied to that is his profession oriented, but I truly believe there is also a piece of him that is just like, no, I believe men should have hair and this is who I am. And that's such an interesting battle that we are all going through. And especially, I'll just say, as a guy in my mid 30s who is losing his hair constantly, whose hairline has changed so much in the past 6 months, let alone the past 6 years, 16 years, all that stuff.
Wow.
That you go through this cycle of like, well, no, we should all be who we are and we should all have self-love. And then you go through the other side of like, no, I want fucking hair.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he has made that choice. And it is like an interesting debate that we can all have now of like, it bugs
is
me
interesting.
when people say trans people aren't allowed to be themselves, and then we all have our own gender affirming care. Like, obviously people
Right.
have made
Everyone
this
should be
point, but
themselves.
it's so we live in an age now where you can literally pay to be who you want to be. And what the fuck do you care who does that?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I hold no. People should be able to do what they want. And the thing is, with hair transplant technology, just in the last decade or even last 5 years,
With
like, it's gotten
AI
so
and
much
hair
better.
transplant technology comes together, Jake.
But it truly has gotten so much better than when
Yeah.
we were growing up. Like, hair transplants just look bad, right? The technology has improved so much that you can basically get seamless. Like, you can just fix your hairline completely if you want, if you're going
when
bald.
we were kids,
And yeah,
you would have to have your head shaved. They would put glue on your head and they would put a toupee on. That's all it was. And then when we were
Well,
teenagers, you would
yeah.
get commercials for this thing called the Bosley experience. And you were like, what is that? And they would be like, we seed the hair that we've taken
you take it from
your
other parts
ass.
of your body.
We
My
would
uncle
cut
had this
chunks of your butt out
And-
and staple it to
Yeah.
the top of your head. And as kids, you were like, that cannot be real. That is the most
No, my
barbaric
uncle-
thing I've ever heard of.
My uncle had this done. It looked terrible in the early 2000s. I have similar problems with you, Colin. My dad is completely bald. My brother is bald. My older brother started going bald when he was 18. I was somewhat blessed in that I didn't start having these problems until my 30s. But definitely I've had similar issues with thinning hairline. And for me, it's the crown of my head, right? Where it's
Oh,
really
dog.
noticeable. And my
My
reaction
mom
was
calls it
just
my
to-
island, dude.
Oh,
To
yeah.
just grow it out. Yeah,
My-
God
as
bless.
you can notice from my hair, like the last couple years, I've just started growing my hair super long, and I think the is for as long as I have it, I'm just going to try to grow it out.
I think that option is gone for me now, unfortunately.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, you had longer hair for a point a couple
But
years ago.
if I ever try to do it again, I think I would be looking like I was hunting the Smurfs. I think I would be
Oh, no.
gargamailing my friends.
It all
No, the
comes
trick for
back.
me the last couple of years is grow my hair long and wear a lot of hats. And I've been wearing hats more now. I wear a ball cap, and I'm happy doing that.
It's incredible how a man can quickly make a hat his entire identity. It's incredible how I have slipped into.
Yeah.
You guys know me. I always wear this hat.
I'm a hat guy. Yeah.
I'm a hat guy
Yeah.
now, but I will say the technology is there if you have the money, because it can be kind of pricey for the good stuff,
If
right?
you did 6 seasons on Community and you have a Fox television show that keeps
Yeah.
getting renewed for its 5th season, you deserve hair.
Yeah.
You know what,
if you
Joel
want it,
McHale, looking great in this movie, looking great hair.
Looking boyish, stylizing
Younger.
it how Matthew
So tall,
Broderick
too.
does.
Very
Insane.
tall guy.
yeah.
Very tall.
Which brings
but
us to
I
the
was not
sponsor of this
expecting him-
episode, Roman. You can get your
Rogaine, yeah.
yeah.
And just for men's or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
No, but I take minoxidil and finasteride
Mm.
in pill form. I've been doing that for like the last couple years. So that's one thing I do.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's very easy. You can get prescribed from a
Yep.
dermatologist. This is
Hims.
our little hair rant at the end of the episode.
Yeah, you know, because
Men's hair
sometimes
loss.
if you get worried about your hairline, it's enough to make you scream. You know.
What? So what do you guys
That's
think
right.
about Nev Campbell returning to the series? I just think grappling with aging as a man. It's people are like, oh, no.
You're talking about
not
Courtney Cox,
that.
like the pressures to do things to
Yeah,
your
dog,
face in
and
Hollywood.
that's what. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to be silly. It's horrible.
Right.
Again,
No, we
to
don't.
make fun of anybody's appearance is, I'm not.
We're just
Yeah,
joshing.
God
It's more
bless.
just
Whatever she's
commentary
felt
on-
pressured to
on
do.
The pressure to do that thing in the culture we live in. And it happens with men too. Like there was this recent thing with Jim Carrey where people are like,
Oh,
Carrey,
dog.
there's a picture of
Yeah.
Jim Carrey where he looks
Again,
insane.
That was not Jim. That was a Jim Carrey impersonator who showed up to that event.
Apparently,
Luckily.
that's what it was. But people's faces, like one day in Hollywood, a famous person, they just show up and their faces looks different than you remember. It's like, that's what that person looks like now, I guess.
Oh no.
And that's just part of the culture that we
Yeah.
live in. But I will
You
say,
know-
even if you don't want to
Sucks.
go the hair transplant route, as if you do have thinning hair as a man, I'm telling you right now, the easiest hack: get on finasteride and minoxidil. It's not expensive. You can get it in pill form, and you just take it once a day, and you can literally one of those stops the loss, and one of them recuperates, I guess. But if you get on that early enough, you can really slow down the effects at least.
I am positive across the board. Again, I want anybody to look however they want. There is the subreddit r bald where people are like, finally made the choice, and it's constantly one of the top, because I'm in popular a lot, one of the top subreddits. But it's people being like, a before I'm this, and then it's like I finally took the plunge, and they shave their heads, and every post is, you did it, brother, you look so much better, blah blah.
A lot of them do
I will
look
just say
better
real quick, a
bald
lot of
than
them do.
super thin
Some of these
hair.
guys though, you don't need to jump the trigger that fast. So
No.
some guys, I am like, you are making a mistake. So
Get on
I
minoxidil.
just
Yeah.
try these things Jacob's saying. I don't know. Exhaust all your
It's
options.
truly so easy. Like a dermatologist can write you a prescription. It's not expensive if you want to. Obviously, the transplant route is there as well. But it's up to you. It's like, what do you feel like you're at? Like, do you look at yourself and think, I couldn't imagine myself as a bald man? Then if that's what you need to boost your self-confidence and your image, I'm not going to hold that against anyone. So do what makes you feel good as a person and makes you confident in yourself, and that's all I can say about that.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna buy
anyways,
one of those.
Scream 7.
I'm gonna buy one of those visors that has the hair sticking out of it and just wear that for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
troll doll hair, just
Yeah.
green hair that sticks out.
No.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a lot of men when they get into their 30s, it is a thing. I think 70% of men have some sort of hair loss by age 35 or something.
Even
So,
body. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just,
I was looking at movies that were worse than this, but then I was looking back and we watched, something like Body Snatchers, and that just reminded me of Donald Sutherland in that movie looks crazy. But it's like nobody has a normal, but he looks he's handsome in his own way, but it's nobody has a normal
looks
face
incredible,
anymore,
he's
right? We're past that era.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
has cap teeth. All the teenagers have these sparkliest,
veneers,
squarest teeth that you've ever seen. The teenagers, not even
Right.
Nev
Right.
Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's something about that.
Yeah, I mean, in the
Pressure is there.
70s, you could be a gracefully balding man and just have the charisma to kind of pull it off.
Right, now
Now
no,
it's
not anymore.
well, now
Kill
you do the
yourself.
Walton Goggins.
Kill
Walton
yourself.
Goggins,
You can
extremely
be
balding.
He's the only
insane.
one.
giant veneers, but he pulls it off because he has the charisma, right?
Giant veneers.
But
Jacob.
it's
How did I
rare
not
nowadays.
notice
He's
that?
he's got the straightest, whitest fake teeth you'll
Yeah.
ever see.
And if you
Almost
have
like he's
he's
doing
got
a
long
prank.
hair.
I put my
Like me,
grandfather's dentures in. Look, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got long hair like me, but if you look in the back, I mean, you can see it
Yeah.
in the White Lotus when you see him from behind and stuff. But he's making it work, I guess. As we said, people love the ghoul. Women love the ghoul.
That's
I
right.
love the ghoul.
But anyway, yeah, Scream 7.
Scream 7, a little bit of a tangent on.
If you're really worried
hate
about
a
your appearance, just
pacemaker.
wear the ghost mask.
We hated that.
Ghostface. But yeah,
That's
sorry.
We covered a lot of stuff we don't like on this. I don't know. This one's gonna take the cake for me for a while. I'd like to get the stink of this film off me pretty quick. So I don't know.
I found one comp. Is this better than 8 Crazy
yeah.
Nights? That's like the
I
worst
mean,
one that I
that's
could immediately
better
point
movie.
to.
yes, but that's a piece of my childhood where even as a kid, I'm like, this is a piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the bar has been set.
I think
There's no nostalgia for
Here's
this film.
here's
No.
the comp for me
Yeah.
of a movie we talked about last year, Jurassic World Rebirth,
Oh, better than this. Easily better than this.
because it's
doing a similar
late
thing.
franchise movie that's just
It's
like
got
a piece of
characters
shit.
that you're like are nothing, that
Yeah.
like truly mean nothing. I don't know. That's a good one because those are pretty neck to neck to me. I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't even hate that movie when I see it, but when I saw it, the more I think about it, having ever since saw it, I really did not like that movie. Like
They
that
push
movie
it hard on
shit.
Netflix now, and every time
Yeah.
I scroll by it, I go, ugh, that one.
Ugh.
Yeah, won't be watching that.
Fair. What was the
but I
baby
don't know,
dinosaur's
but as
name?
a franchise movie,
The Supersaurus? I don't fucking know.
No, it's
The
a video
Freakodon?
game plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie, I guess I was maybe a little higher than you guys because I don't think it's a terrible movie. I just think it's the worst Scream movie.
You said
by
maybe
far.
2 stars.
Yeah, 2 stars sounds about right for me.
2
Better
too
than
many.
1.5, maybe
one and a half. You
1.5
What
is
are you
where I'm at.
talking about?
Look, I like to look on the bright side. I like to see that the cup is half full. Okay, it's not half empty.
Cup is 1 1/2 quarter full.
The cup is half-assed.
1 1/5.
That's when I
Yeah.
look at it.
I guess from the circumstances of what they did with the Melissa Barrera and everything, maybe that does make it lower just because I hate all that stuff. So maybe in my mind that actually will make it lower.
That's completely different than them making the best they could given the circumstance compared to like a Black Panther 2. This is just a piece of shit that they made as a cash grab. It's not like they had an
This movie
accident
had
happen.
no good intention. There was no good
Right.
intentions in making it. It was purely
No.
to save face and to make money. And fuck that. Fuck censorship. Free Palestine.
Free
And,
Palestine.
Yeah. So
Scream 7.
Scream 7.
It's a movie that you can watch.
Not
It's
that
in
good.
focus mostly, It's lit.
Nev Campbell's in it.
I don't even know about that, Mike. It
Yeah.
doesn't look good.
The kills
That's
are
true.
there's some interesting
Watch
kills.
that
on it.
when this comes out on DVD and you can watch the YouTube clip of the beer guzzler thing.
Mhm.
Just like give that a peruse, and if that's for you, then yeah, watch this dog shit.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then avoid it.
The worst
Oh.
ensemble cast of any Scream movie.
There's one line
Worst
that
re-
is
the worst
funny.
killers, the worst reveal. Yeah.
Yeah, worst killers, worst reveals. But I remember the stage director of the school, and that girl gets murdered at the school, hanging up there, and he's like, "How could this
Timothy
happen?"
Simon,
Timothy
shout out
Simons.
from Veep, Jacob.
Yeah.
A very, very funny character in Veep, if you've never seen the show Veep.
But he has this line in this. Yeah, after they discover that she had been murdered, he's like, "How could this happen here? We don't even have an understudy." I was just like,
Right.
Don't even
Nice.
understand what the motivation could be. We don't even have an understudy.
that was like
He was
one
like
line.
another red
Okay.
herring of like, oh, was he involved in the killing? There's so many red herrings in this movie that don't pay off. That's just
The
like,
idea that a teacher in a school could be like, you're not being provocative enough. It's like, buddy, you're going to jail the second you say those
Yeah.
words.
here's
Yes.
Sidney Prescott's daughter. I expected more out of her. Everyone just keeps telling her that. It's like, okay, we get it. You all know who my mom is.
Oh yeah, and they're like, their friends like, you're playing a dog. It's not that deep, bro. It's okay.
What is this play where there's like a furry suit dog character? There's like a
I
princess
thought it was
flying around.
fucking Peter Pan at first, and it was like a Tinkerbell song, but then they
Yeah.
don't get the name of the dog right.
Yeah, so who knows?
Why would a dog in a furry suit be a character? I don't know, but they've got a good drama department. They've got lots of back.
That's true. At least they're
space,
funded.
costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
They're
Give
funding
them
the
credit
arts
for
of
that.
the school. You gotta appreciate that.
Yeah, they have an underage kid operating the fucking wire work.
Seems dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. They signed waivers
But
though.
that's
The parents
Scream
signed the
7.
waivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so did we. We signed the
Anything
waivers
else
on
to
this
say
one.
about this great movie?
This
Yeah.
sucked. What will wash the taste out of our mouth, Jacob? What is
Great
coming
question.
up?
We have decided the next couple weeks through March at least. Next week, oh, Colin, you're gonna love this. Our boys are back. Our Straw Hat
Oh.
Pirates. We'll be talking about Netflix's One Piece season 2 live action.
I've been deciding what episode will I cry more on. Is it going to be One Piece season 2 or is it going to be The Boy and the Heron? So tune in to find out, listeners.
Yeah. Look, I mentioned, Night of Seven Kingdoms made me cry like 3 or 4 times at least when I was watching it. It's okay. It's okay to cry.
Yeah.
I'm talking on record. There's a good chance that I will be crying for both those episodes.
All right.
But yeah, One Piece season 2. Colin, you love One Piece. Big fan of the IP, I guess, the manga.
I watched through Alabaster, so I've seen at least up to what this season will cover. And there's our little boy Chopper.
What's that character's name, Colin?
Chopper. He's coming this season.
What's his full name? Though?
It's Chopper. Tony Chopper.
Tony Chopper. Yeah.
His name is Tony, of course. His last name, of course, is Tony.
Yes, and of course he is an anthropomorphic reindeer magical character.
Doctor.
Excited to see that in live action. Yeah.
And we'll talk about how Oda literally just sent the secret of the series to the bottom of the world. Did you guys see that?
No, really?
Well, it's wrapping up at some point, right? Like it's finally ending.
So he put the One Piece out there?
Some behind the scenes. He put the actual One Piece out into the world right now.
Wow.
And when's that supposed to be ending? Like, isn't there a definitive ending coming with that?
It's impossible to tell. Impossible to tell.
So we've got One Piece. That's next week. Week after that, we're going to be talking the big movie coming out called Project Hail Mary.
Hell yeah.
Ryan Goosling.
Throwing footballs. It's not about
the goose
football,
himself.
but it is Ryan Gosling from the author of The Martian, the original story, is Project Hail Mary. The directors are our Spider-Verse boys.
Solo a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Worked on that movie.
Sometimes.
Reportedly. And so we'll be talking Project Hail Mary. Could be a big Oscar movie in 2027. Getting a lot of buzz around that one. And then of course last week of March we'll be talking about The Wind Rises, our next Miyazaki film.
Got 2 left, guys.
I know.
Left.
Have we talked about a bonus yet? We didn't. I was obviously not on the Ponyo, but I did not hear you guys talk about it, and we haven't talked about it in a minute. What will our bonus Miyazaki be?
I always joke that it's going to be a shitty 3D Goro one, but that's just.
It's got to be. We have to destroy his son.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Tales of Earthsea, which is Goro, which is based on Ursula K. Le Guin.
Whispers of the Heart? Do we do
Whispers of the Heart?
Grave of the Fireflies? Yeah. Another Ghibli big one.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Right.
Yeah.
Not Miyazaki.
Do we do just another Lupin movie? I've been watching so many Lupin movies, and I fucking love that.
That's full circle, honestly. Just Lupin.
The CG Lupin.
I'm up to some of those now. I'm up to some of the ones that are like hardcore anime, like almost like a gritty reboot of Lupin that are like awesome.
Dang.
There's a Goemon movie that's incredible.
Dang.
Wow.
What about the live action?
Lupin meets Detective Conan.
I have not tried those yet.
Okay.
We could do a live action Lupin. We could do. Did we ever track down? Yeah, we could do the live action Kiki. We could do. Yeah.
Oh, stuff like that would work too. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let us know.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Live action.
Yeah, weigh in. Hit us up, Normies, at Normies_like_us, where you can rate, review, subscribe, give your rankings of
Grave of the Fireflies.
Tell us what Ghibli movie we should do. Also, we pretty much got figured out what our next series is, but you can always tell us what ones you want to see us cover in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one that has a lot of pedophile directors in it, preferably sexual predators. And great people like that.
That's a hint.
That's a hint. Can you guess what it is? Oh man!
You guess.
There's probably a lot of
Harry
files.
No. We didn't say writer. We said director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
But great episodes coming up. Stay tuned for all those good things.
Yeah, I'm looking forward from going scary to going merry with One Piece next time. So yeah, we'll catch you then.
That's right.
Mike, I love you.
I try. Thanks, brother. Love you too.
That's that simple.
It's all about friendship and going on adventures. And being
it's all about the friends who didn't get murdered by Ghostface along the way,
Yeah, but for now, Jacob's daughter take us away.
Tater.
That's right.
Yeah. Guess we're your hosts.
This is Colin Loomis.
Mike Maker.
This is Jacob Meeks. That's
Jacob
right. I'm the
Meeks.
third cousin, or whatever. I'm Chad and Mindy's cousin.
Let me explain
All right.
the rules of the podcast to you.
That's right. All right. Well, we stand Chad. I guess we'll catch you guys
That's right.
next time. Take it easy.
See ya.
And what's your favorite scary
Bye.
movie? Bye.